You guys, Buffalo, really? What is happening? I'll change the background while I wait for people over here. I don't understand. I spend a lot of money. How do you just drop people? That's so annoying. Oh, well, let's do this one. I'll wait for people to come in. That's so shitty, you guys. Cuffy's here. Cuffy, does everybody know to come over here? Thank God I said yesterday that if that ever happened, to just look again. Look, Cuffy, I need Botox. I have 11s like a mother F. Webs of Deceit. I am so glad you came over here yesterday. I said to everybody, and it didn't happen, thank God. But I said to everybody yesterday, I was like, if it kicked you out for whatever reason, please just go right back and like refresh and rejoin whatever I put up, because this has happened now. What has it been, Cuffy? Maybe the last 3 out of 4 lives it happened. I'm like, I pay a lot of money. I paid for the whole year. Like, why are you dropping my live? That's just not cool. I'm so sorry, Andrea. Thank you so much for coming back. Unbelievable. 3 times in 4 lives, right? Last night it didn't happen, but it happened the time before that and the time before that. I'm like, I need to call and bitch or whatever. Like, that's just unbelievable. It's so not cool either. Maybe I should write on there that I started a new one. I'm sure you guys already did, but I should tell everybody too. I feel like it's just the right thing to do, to be like, I already started a new one. Again, you probably already did this for me. What the heck? And it's not even YouTube, I don't think. I think it's legit Streamlabs. So I don't know why that's happening. Oh, you guys, so if you're just coming in, last night I got my live demonetized. So I didn't know. I couldn't figure out why, and I figured it out. I had, if you guys remember, we were like watching like home videos or whatever, and I showed the Cape Cod one, and I loved it, so I kept it on, but something told me that I should not keep it on, but I did anyway. The electric slide, and that's what got me. I was like, shit. So I went back and tried to delete it, and I'm waiting for them to make a decision. But that just, it's annoying, because it's like you wind up putting out all this time, effort, and hard work, and then they don't even give you the $15 or whatever it is that you wind up getting. Yes, thank you guys so much. I hope people come over. I didn't get a strike against my channel. They just demonetized. Does that happen to anybody else that has a channel? You guys, like, that you know of? Or if you have a channel? I'm like, so, but that's good that it doesn't, it's not like a strike against the channel. They just don't, but I feel like it's happened to me quite a few times the past few, like 3 weeks. So I just have to be careful, because thank you, Cuffy. I just tried and I can't get back to it. So I'm like, don't even try, because then I'm not going to be paying attention to you guys here. And that's really what I should be focused on. You guys, how cute are the hearts? It's like early Valentine. I saw the hearts and was like, so cute. But if it distracts anybody or somebody thinks they're going to have a seizure, please let me know. Right? How ridiculous. You bust your butt. And that was my whole thing. I was like, when I talk to like people that subscribe and stuff, or that join the channel, I tell people all the time, I cry. You guys see, I like cry when somebody gives me a donation or a tip or whatever you would call a super chat, whatever they're called, or buys like a membership for someone. Like, that is so cool. But my thing is, if everybody just shares and subscribes and everything, the more that happens, the more YouTube puts you into the algorithm. And the more you get into the algorithm, the more companies put their ads in your, which is also annoying. I pay the $15 to have YouTube Premium, because it literally drives me bananas, all the commercials. Literally, to like, the first thing I pay for every single month is YouTube Premium out of any of the super chats that I get. And part of the reason too is I don't want to be showing, as a creator, I don't want to be showing a video and be like, hold on, you guys, You know what I mean? It's bad enough. And hopefully you guys never get an ad while I'm live. That's one thing that I make sure. Like I have an option. Everybody does. We have an option to like click on if you're going to get ads during the live, and the one live, because I'll click like no, not till after. And the one live, I got like 15,000 people. And I was like, oh my God. It's like $10, like, or $15 for like 1,000 people. For me, sometimes. I don't know if everybody, like, I think it depends. There's like all kinds of things that makes it depend. Travis is here. Travis, you know what, Travis? We just got kicked out of the other live for absolutely no reason. They're just not cool. But I just restarted the live, and I don't know if you just got a notification that I started a live, but if so, I'm glad that you're here, because if you watched the beginning of the last live, like we just got off of a live, it kicked us off. I came on early tonight. But I said on there, where's Travis? And I literally say, Travis, if you're listening, come on and let us know you're here. So that's so funny that you're here on this one. So I'm happy that you're here. Are you having a seizure, Travis? Because I need you to be here. So I will change the style right now. Let's see what else we could do. We'll do something not so seizure-ish. It was kind of giving me a headache too. But I was like, I didn't want to be too ADD. I'm waiting for a couple more people to come in because I have like such a good point to make. And of course, I lose my stream as I'm making the point. But maybe it happened. I always try to find like the silver lining. Maybe that happened because somebody, you know, just like Travis probably just got a notification, but maybe didn't for the last one. Maybe somebody that would need the message that I need to tell will join this one. So who knows what the reasoning is, you guys. I just go with the flow, or at least I try to. Travis, what in the hell am I going to put up here? All right, we're just going to go to a random, and I'm going to see what happens. That's how I'm going to pick. And hopefully I don't pick anything too like dramatic. Let's see, you guys. Let's see. What am I going to land on? What am I landing on? Yes. What is this? Oh, we're probably going to have. Can you guys see that? Look. Pride. Pride. Look, and then, oh, I love that. I always look to see if it goes over the picture. I always think that's so cool. See, that's not bad. Nobody's having a seizure with this one, right? Hey, guys. I'm so sorry. Thank you for coming back. Why don't I do this while we're waiting? I'll share part of the next video that I wanted to show you guys. All right. So let me see. The next part. Is it this one? Hold on. Yes, it's this one. Okay. Let me just add it to my stream. I'm so sorry, you guys. Thank you so much. I don't know why they dropped my stream again. It's happened to me more than once. And it's annoying, and I do apologize. Is that better? Like this? Let's see. We'll keep it like this. That way you guys could see the comments over here. Oh, good. All right, let's just play it, and then hopefully people come in. Like, that's annoying, because now you'll lose like half of your stream. You put the link in the comments. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're having... Wait, what is it? You're going to listen and fall asleep. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you very much. I appreciate your support. It was Gypsy, I bet. She's on a mission. Misbehaving. Somebody said that to me yesterday when I said about my live getting demonetized. So again, I didn't get a strike on my channel, thank God. But YouTube's not going to give me the $15 or whatever it is from the AdSense. I'm like, that's just so annoying. But whatever. But somebody, more than one person was like, do you think that could have been Gypsy? And I'm like, but this is my thing. Again, I have to have integrity, and I'm not going to allow someone to just shut me up that easily. And I hope I don't eat those words. But I would hope that my integrity and my professionalism would win the day, I hope. And maybe not, I guess, but I'm not going to, not talk or whatever because I'm afraid, is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so the next thing that I had real quick, hold on, she's about to talk. I'm sorry, she's talking. Okay, so this next part, real quick, was no, we already did this one, so I'm gonna get rid of that. It's right here. So this one right here is, which part was this? Part 3. I don't remember the reason that I have this one, but I have it queued to where I wanted to show you. So let's find out why I wanted it.
And I am the person that I did reach out to has committed to do it, but I don't want to put their name out there in case they back out. But they are a medical physician. They are a psychologist. So we'll see if they come through and they come on. We'll see if they were directly involved in this case, not just someone who's analyzed it from afar. So we'll see how it goes. We're gonna go through it. Thanks for being here with us.
That's
and
amazing.
let's keep it rolling.
We're gonna dive right in then. And we're kind of gonna pick up and innocent for as long as possible. We know what the world places that a woman grows hair when she reaches puberty, if you understand what I'm saying. So in her book, which is called Released, Gypsy Rose says, quote, "When my mother would shave me, she'd call it making me clean. I think that the childhood sexual abuse she endured and the hints of Munchausen syndrome by proxy my maternal grandmother exhibited resulted in my mother needing her little girl to be clean. Please do not mistake this as me trying to play Freud. I've just examined very deeply how all of this might have seemed from my mother's perspective. My mother's first betrayal by her own father was exacerbated by her husband, my father, asking for a divorce. And here I was, the third person, closer than close to her, that would betray her too. First, by trying to run away, and then just pulling away because I wanted to grow up. And then when the murder happened."
Wow.
What did Gypsy...
I did not hear that last part. I think after that first part, I like paused it and was like, oh, I need to show this type thing. You guys, that was the most introspective thing that I've heard Gypsy actually say so far. So she literally says that her dad, the grandfather hurts the mom, then the dad hurts the mom. And then she said, I hurt the mom. And she names more than one area of where that was the most introspective I've ever heard Gypsy, like up until this point, and that I hypothesize that we'll ever hear again. She's taking on a different, I don't know if it's like advisors, PR, I don't know what you call it. When did she do a book? Travis, she did do a book. However, I wouldn't buy it, and let me tell you why. There were supposedly a lot of lies in the book, and apparently she was called out on them, and she goes ahead and doesn't deny the lies. She goes ahead and blames it on the ghostwriters and said, like, they misunderstood or they added that, and I didn't know. And the bottom line is, it's your book, right? Like, you should be the last person reading it before, you shouldn't just approve something and then... But she made it sound like it wasn't approved by her, that they just went ahead and lied on her behalf type. I don't know. But again, right, we see this often with narcissistic traits. And again, I'm not diagnosing, but I'm just saying, when you see that type of behavior, it's never that person's fault. It's everybody else's fault or every other thing's fault. I am so annoyed that it dropped my live because there was a lot of people coming in here. And now people probably just think, oh shit, well, I don't know what happened. And I don't blame them because I probably would have done the same. Oh, she's authored 2 books, neither of which she wrote. I know about one. I didn't know about the other. I think it did sell. So Travis, in the beginning, most of us were under the assumption that the mom was like 100%, factitious disorder, or what people know as Munchausen by proxy, and that Gypsy was never going to get out of there. And that she, even though we know she could have just walked out of the house and went to the police station, that people gave her the benefit of the doubt that, maybe she did feel like she was trapped and was never going to be able to leave. So she winds up getting 10 years. And the boyfriend gets life without the possibility of parole. He has an IQ of 80. He is autistic. He lived with his parents. Gypsy even says, because she goes on to move in with the parents, and I watched his mom's interview down at the police station. And the mom says that after everything happened, like now that she knows, she didn't know at the time, but that they come back to the house and that Gypsy says to her, you know, I plan to get a job and like help out around here. Like you could give me chores or whatever. And she said, she was like, wait, what's happening? Like she didn't realize that. She's like, I thought she was like coming home with him to like stay for a few days for a visit. She's like, I was not, she's like, I went to my husband, the stepfather, and was like, what's happening? Did he say anything to you? And but then he winds up they get arrested, or you know, so on and so forth. But then Gypsy winds up throwing him under the bus too. So I watched a lot of body cam today too. The book they're talking about as her first done while in prison. Oh, okay. So her first book was done while she was in prison. Gotcha. Permanent disability check. I did see that today too. What else do we have here? I don't think either one made the New York Times bestsellers list, but she claims they both did. That's interesting if she claims that. She did the audio version. If it had been wrong, you think she would have corrected it. Ain't that the truth? Could you imagine being the author of the audio version and being able to say something and being like, and that time Explorer Corps told me to F off. Like, how do you even, and I'm just giving you, I'm joking, Explorer Corps. I love you. I'm just, but how, like, if, like, let's say that, you know, somebody misunderstood me and wrote that, and now I'm reading it. You're so right. I would be like, wait, you guys, I'm not saying that. Explorer Corps never said that. Like, I'm not repeating that. But I say, you have a point, right? You have a point. You do. Bodisha has a point. The book they're talking, oh, wait, I read that one. Permanent disability check. I can't believe it. And then we have Melissa Moore wrote most of it. Does anybody know the woman that I was referring to earlier that she like claims to be like the expert on this case? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I only seen it for the first time today. Wait, let me see. Is she in this one? No, I think this is the one with the psychologist. I think she was on the one right before this. Just so that I can tell you guys. I think it was part 2 that she was on. Here it is. Let me just open it up in a new tab just to see. Because if she's in this one, I'll just show you guys who it is so that I'm not just referring to. Oh no. It came right on when I did that. All right, let's see. Yes, she's on this one. So let me show you. Share this tab instead. So this is the woman I'm talking about. Do you guys know who she is?
Which is why we're going to see that he recommends that Gypsy see Dr. Bernardo Flasterstein, a pediatric neurologist, in 2007. We're going to talk about.
All right,
so I guess I would say, like, for a 16-year-old, being under 100 pounds, it would be considered, you know, not average weight, right? Am I wrong?
Not really. She was 4'11", and so
yeah, but this is the thing, you guys. Like, with just, and I hope my daughter doesn't get mad at me, but she won't. But my daughter Gianna, my 22-year-old, we're short. I'm 4'11", she's 4'9", and she weighs 99 pounds. So that's only 2 inches less. So I think it just really depends, right? And you guys seen her. She's the goofy one that was laughing over here. That one. I mean, she doesn't look like she's malnourished, right? So I think it really depends.
Somebody as little as she is, and with the chromosome disorder she has, if one of the actual things is being underweight and being smaller,
you would think they'd have her name here.
She's not like she's not malnourished. She's just a very tiny little thing.
So it's kind of weird that they give 2 birthdays. It's 91 and 95, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then they give her age as 13, which wouldn't be accurate for either of those years.
Either of those years.
Right.
And they list some.
Oh my God, that's so funny, because I was like, I can remember her because of one of the subs on the channel, and it was Fancy Nancy I was thinking of. That's her name. And then I think when I was just sitting here thinking, the word fancy comes up in my mind, and I'm like, that's not her real, like, their name. And it is. But she's live right now. I would love to talk to her.
But the surgery's known. So this is that supposedly Dee Dee says that there have been permanent ear tubes put in, And they were placed 4 years earlier, and she's concerned that these tubes are coming out. I personally, and Colleen backed me up on this, there is not a permanent freaking ear tube that you put in. These ear tubes are designed to be put in, and once they do what they're supposed to do, the ear naturally pushes them out. And so this was one of the things in our podcast that Colleen was like, she had to have like been puncturing her ear or whatever she was doing.
So you guys, everybody make sure that you go subscribe. And if you want to watch the whole thing of this, it's this is Fancy. I don't want to say it wrong. I'm going to get back to the chat so I could see what you guys said, because I don't want to. Fancy. Oh my God, of course I lost it. It's right here. Oh, Fancy Maselli. Fancy Maselli. Francesca Maselli. They call her Fancy Maselli. And apparently she has a channel too, which I did not know about. So Fancy, after this live, I will put your link in my description. Crime Weekly is Stephanie and Derek, and that's who she's on. So she's a panelist on their channel, which I also said that I was going to have people. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop a link. And if somebody wants to come up and talk about something, I don't want to be a liar here because I definitely said that. So hold on, let's see. Add a guest. Copy link. Paste. There you go. That's it. So if somebody wants to jump up, there goes my link. I've never had anybody jump up here before, but I think I'm assuming it's the same as any other link. I want to get a drink while I put it on real quick. So wait, now let me go back to what I wanted to show you guys, because I had it all queued up. All right, it was right here, I believe. Share this tab.
Because he was going along with her.
To Missouri.
The guy wasn't doing his job.
But then all the other doctors that because he would be the specialist, right? And that he would give her to other doctors that he would, what is it called? When you
recommend.
Refer. He would refer them to other doctors with specialties and things like that.
Yeah.
And those doctors also just did the treatments, did the medical procedures.
Yeah.
Why would all of these other doctors do all of these medical procedures without any medical evidence that they were needed?
Good question. Well,
so what do you guys think about that? Because this is the deal. This is why I tell people psychologically, if you ever go to a therapist or you go and you get diagnosed, and everybody has a right to a second opinion for anything, right? But let's say you get a diagnosis and you're not feeling it. So I got one. Let's say you have chest pains and you think you're having a heart attack, but you go to the ER and the doctor tells you that they've run every single test and that your heart, it looks beautiful, and that it's not your heart, that maybe it's anxiety. This happens all the time where people will then be like, what? Like, it is not anxiety. Like, I'm having heart problems. Like, my heart, like I have pain down my left arm. Like, and it's not uncommon for then that person to go to another doctor to make sure it wasn't a heart issue. With that being said, if you ever get a psychological diagnosis, you have a right to a second or third opinion if you'd like one. The one thing I would tell you to do, though, whether it's psychological or anything, is go to the new doctor without telling them what the doctor prior diagnosed you with, because that's the whole point. If you go and you're like, oh, I was just diagnosed with anxiety, well, then this heart doctor has no reason to doubt another professional that said they did the echocardiogram and the this and the that, and you don't have any. So they might be less likely to do that extra stuff. So all I'm saying is maybe by not telling them, these doctors would have then ran their own testing, and and I believe one doctor eventually does.
I'm interested to hear when we hear the end of this interview where you fall, because obviously at the end of this interview, so we can move on with the story, I do think we both have to answer whether or not we feel Gypsy was abused. That's the whole point of this. So let's take a quick break.
Yeah.
Yeah, we timed that one.
Right.
Time that one. We'll be right back.
Most beauty brands don't understand everyone's specific.
I thought I'd be able to let Thor out before that happened. So the next part I had for you guys Hopefully people are coming in. I'm sorry if you were on the last stream and it dipped for you. That's so annoying. All right, so now they bring in the psychologist. And
it's
not
the
just
same
any
behavior.
psychologist. This is the psychologist that apparently, I don't know if he interviewed. Yeah, interviewed. There you go. Interviewed with Gypsy.
So if you're saying, hey, they were malingering for an external gain of
oh my God, stop it. Did anybody just hear what the fine doc? Did you hear? You guys, I found this right before we came on. Wait, you ready? Let me rewind that. Everybody listen up to the fine doctor.
Crime Weekly.
I can't believe it. I literally almost died.
And you don't think in this case, malingering is what's at play here. It's your professional opinion that this would be a case of Munchausen syndrome by proxy.
Right. And the thing, the issue here is we're looking at labels, right? And it's the same behavior. So if you're saying, hey, they were malingering for an external gain of money and attention, it's just
at the end of the day, it's child abuse.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, we have a psychiatric manual and it just says it's factitious disorder.
So let me explain why he's saying this to you guys. Let me explain this. And I'm glad that I saw this. So he kind of agrees and then kind of not disagrees, but I'll tell you what I think he's doing here. So I think his point is, does it really matter if we're talking about factitious disorder, malingering, whatever, that like Derek's saying, wouldn't it all just fall under the umbrella of abuse? So I think that's the point here. However, I do want to make sure that I do make the distinction between the two in case somebody's just listening. So let me be real clear. So factitious disorder is what people know of as Munchausen. Factitious disorder imposed on another person is what people know as Munchausen by proxy. These are just the updated terms for them. Malingering is actually not in the DSM, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. However, it is still listed as a diagnostic in other areas of medicine. So malingering, what he's saying here is, just like when people say that somebody's a sociopath, if you guys ever follow me on other cases, you'll come to realize that I'm constantly telling people, I'm like, oh, well, the DSM, we call it antisocial personality. I think that's what the doctor's doing here. I just don't think that he's explaining it the way that I just did. So I think what he's saying here is that it's factitious disorder because he's a psychologist and he uses the DSM-5 to diagnose disorder. I'm going to let
at the end of the day, hey, if it was exaggeration for Dee Dee and, her daughter to benefit, well, then that's what the symptoms are. It's just called something else.
I'm with you. So we have that down. We're there on that. And now the next thing,
and a lot of people. By the way, if I may say something,
please, by all means.
When you're 5 years old, and your mother is an adult, and your mother is manifesting these symptoms for a 5-year-old dog.
Now let me see real quick. When was this? 1 year ago. But Cuffew was saying that the new evidence. Did it come out a year ago, you guys? So would this doctor, I guess is what I'm saying, or even if it didn't come out a year ago, since this doctor interviewed her, do you guys think would he have known that information? Like, would he have been privy to that?
Your external gain of attention, that is the factitious disorder imposed by another, and the Munchausen by proxy.
That's what I was explaining. So remember when I said the other difference here is that they're both for gain. The one with factitious disorder, we see more with, I think I called it concrete and like abstract. So the abstract part is the emotional gain. So people feeling bad for us, people giving us extra attention emotionally, that's factitious disorder. And factitious disorder imposed on another. Malingering is more when you're tied to something more concrete, like a financial gain. That's malingering.
Your daughter ain't malingering when she's 5. She's being abused.
It's funny you say that because that's where I was going.
So you guys, did I not start this out today by saying that at 5 years old, when the grandfather says that, and Travis, I don't know if I said this in this one, and I think you just joined this one, so I have to assume that others are joining this live for the first time. So I want to just, so that people know what we're talking about. Gypsy's grandpa, Dee Dee's dad, allegedly, Dee Dee says that he used to take baths with her when she was a younger child. Then Dee Dee allegedly, according to Gypsy, shaved her pubic hair as she got it to make her look younger. I know somebody said that like she went to doctors and that doctors noted pubic hair on the medical records, but I could also, I mean, couldn't you also say that in the matter of a few days that it could have, or a week or whatever, like, that it could have grown back or something, So I don't know. I don't know that we have evidence to say either way. The other thing was, the important part here, or that the important part to this clip, is that Gypsy goes on to accuse her grandfather, who's alive, of molesting her when her and her mother stayed with her grandmother and grandfather while the mother had surgery. Or I'm sorry, the grandfather, and was it the stepmother or was it still the mother? I think it might have still been the mother back then. But anyway, the point is that Gypsy's mom is in the hospital and Gypsy claims that the grandfather molested her. With that being said, the interviewers, this was all done on interview, go back and say to the grandfather, Gypsy said that you molested her. He goes on to say, I didn't do that. If anything, when Gypsy was like 5, I had to stop her from touching me. I was like, wait, what? So I think what the doctor's saying here validates what I was saying. At 5, if the kid, like, it's one thing for a 5-year-old to be interested in like, oh, you have a penis or you have a vagina, like that's like just curiosity, but it usually stops at that. Maybe mom, where did babies come from? Like little things like that. Remember I told you my brother, he thought that sex was kissing naked when we were little. But again, so kids have their own idea of things, and then until they realize, but at 5, what do you mean you had to stop her from touching you? So I guess what I'm saying is that although we know that Gypsy is an admitted liar, we know, in my opinion, the fact that he opens that door, as Derek would say, he says that, in one of the things, the fact that he opens the door, so he's not saying that it never happened. He's saying that he never did it to her, that she did it to him. That's a red flag.
Going with this next, it's a perfect segue because there's a lot of dissenters out there. There's a lot of people that believe that Gypsy was making this all up, or that Gypsy was being treated for actual issues as far as the chromosome disorder, and that Dee Dee was taking her for these symptoms, even though at the time they didn't know what it was. But they were warranted, is the argument on that side. But even for the people who are kind of in between, you say, okay, maybe there was malingering by proxy. Maybe it was a lesser extreme, which we've already kind of discredited that.
I can't go past this comment without stopping. So the comment, and I don't know if you were on the last live that we just had like an hour or so ago on this, but I bring up that my view tonight might not be the most popular. However, I then make sure that I say, but hopefully, I would assume you guys that if you guys are going to follow me from, going forward, there's going to be some time in some case that we follow together that you and I are not going to totally agree on everything. And that's okay. Like we talked about that last night, right? So with that being said, easy on me tonight, you guys, because this is the thing. Oh my God, we have some misbehavings here. Misbehaving. I'm so sorry. I didn't even see you. I'm sorry, misbehaving. You there? Hello? Oh, misbehaving. Let me see. Why isn't it? Oh, I double clicked you to spotlight you, but I don't think that was the problem. All right, hold on. Does it say your mic's on? Huh. I don't know what's happening. I loudered your mic. I said I loudered your mic. I put your mic louder. I don't know if that was it. I don't know. Misbehaving. Do you want me to take you off stream and then let me take you off and then put you back on and see if that helps. I don't know what that's going to do, but maybe you aren't on your phone because you've been waiting for a minute. I'm going to leave you up there for a minute and see what happens, you guys. Thank you so much for joining the call-in stream. And I'm so sorry, you guys, that it took me so long to put the link in chat. So Misbehaving, you're probably going to come up right now when the dog Thor's barking for me to let him in, but I'm going to play this for 1 second. So hopefully you could hear me, and you just hold on 1 sec. I'll be right back.
It doesn't work like that. It's not a lesser offense, but even those people say, okay, when Gypsy was young, 4 or 5 years old when it started, yeah, it's on DD. But as Gypsy starts to get older, 13, 14, 15 years old, and we have video that we've played where you have news crews showing up to the house and Gypsy's able to explain herself and she's rolling around in the wheelchair and she's talking about these things that she has going on with her and how this is the perfect little life. At that point, does Gypsy know what's going on is wrong? And does the responsibility shift? Does it start to become more of a partnership than a one-sided thing with Dee? How do you feel about that notion?
Oh, wait, I don't know. Should I be brave and say how I feel about it first and then see what he says? Because I don't know what he says. I would say here at 15 years old, you guys, this is just my opinion. If somebody's been, I think of my friend that I told you about, that the priest was groomed when we were younger, and then everybody, like not everybody, but there was like a group of people, he winds up taking his own life. But the reason being is that he finally gets the courage to like tell people. And this was like in the very beginning of like the internet, when people just started using like Google and stuff. So a bunch of people were like, dude, you were 15. Like you could have just been like, no, not realizing that he had been groomed and that that's not how grooming works. So I would say it depends here, right? But eventually, yes, I do think that they could have very well become co-conspirators, if you will, allegedly.
Yeah. So I work with juvenile and adult offenders, and the goals and objectives and the foundations of juvenile court are much different than adult court. So I look at it that way. When we look at like moral culpability of offending, it's certainly different with juveniles and adults.
True.
And so that's why we have a juvenile versus an adult court. But this case goes beyond that because as I and other people.
Heather, yes, they did do a whole Gypsy. So they do a whole DD. I mean, they did a whole Gypsy one, and then they go on to do a DD one. And they have like multiple parts. So I just think it's really interesting and something that everybody should look into after. I do want to make sure that I go to the parts that I had here. So I usually go to the ones that are big here, but make sure that everybody goes to Crime Weekly and subscribes and watches.
So I'm the kind of person that just wears sports bras all the time.
I go to the commercial.
Very beautiful. It's very...
Is the inability to...
Meanwhile, this shows you when people are most interested in your live, and that was a commercial.
Understand. Basically, Munchausen by proxy, a byproduct of that are some of the symptoms you just described. And when we start to think about premeditation of a murder, how being a victim of that crime, Munchausen by for so long, can have an impact on the...
Meanwhile, I didn't just hear what he had to say, and now I feel like an idiot because my whole point was to see what he had to say to that. So I am going to go backwards. But over here, what did he just say? Oh, he just said something, and I was like, no, I need to say something.
.com.
Hold on, I have to hear what he said again.
I don't know if you're intentionally alluding to this, but as we're going to talk about the murder itself, some of what I heard in there is the inability to understand, basically Munchausen by proxy, a byproduct. Okay,
I know what I was going to say. So I've been doing a lot of cases, you guys, on lately on YouTube, and I'm like a new YouTuber, and for some reason, I don't know if it's just am I like attracted to these cases, or like, I don't know what it is, but I started to realize that a lot of the cases that I do have to do with familicide or filicide or one of the asides, right? So, well, obviously homicide, but filicide is when you take out your kids. Familicide is when somebody in the family takes out another family member. We often see a dad take out the whole family, like a Chris Watts. That would be familicide. However, so would this. This would also be considered familicide. Let me tell you this, and I know this because I'm a psychological researcher. So he's a psychologist, but I'm a research psychologist. He's a clinical psychologist. I will tell you right now that this is the very first case of familicide of somebody documented with factitious disorder, or what he's calling Munchausen or Munchausen by proxy, factitious disorder imposed on another. That's what they're talking. So let me say that again. This is the very first case ever where someone with alleged factitious disorder imposed on another person has, in fact, gone ahead and taken out their parent. Oh, misbehaving. It says misbehaving. I just heard it this time, but I didn't hear it last time. That's weird. Okay, you're on. Can you hear me? Misbehaving. What's happening? I have an idea. Cuff you or someone. Can somebody else try to join just for a second so that I could see if it's like a misbehaving, like if she needs to go out and maybe go out altogether, come back in. I'm not sure. But it says that your camera's there. It says that your mic's there. Are you trying to talk? Crap, I really wanted to hear what you had to say. Let me drop that link again. Yeah. Oh, here you go. Cuffy, you just said, can you drop the link again? And I just said, let me drop that link again. And did all of my favorite lesbian friends notice that I have the pride flag up? You're welcome. I support. Don't ever say I'm not supportive. I'm just joking. Let's see what happens. Hopefully Cuffy will jump on real quick so that I could see if it's a me thing or not. All right, so why Cuff You comes up here, someone. We're going to see. I'm afraid to go to the other tab. Oh, I know what I could do right now, since there's, you know, some of the people that came back from before. One of the things that I was trying to say before, you guys, and watch, Cuff You's going to wind up popping up as soon as I say it. I feel like I've been trying to say this all night, and every time I say it, I either get distracted or from something else. But let me try again. When you're younger, and when I was saying this, this is when the live dropped. When you're younger and you're a kid and you are trusting your parents, teachers. Oh, wait, hold on. Here she goes. I just said that. All right.
Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta.
That's weird. Maybe it is a me thing.
Can you hear me?
And I have your mic up.
Can you hear me? Shit.
Huh.
Can you hear me?
Well,
Hello?
you noticed it before, Doc? What did you notice? Oh, you hear Cuff You?
The next phase of this legal process gets
What?
Can y'all hear me?
Can you guys hear misbehaving?
Hello?
Oh, misbehaving can hear Cuff You, but I can't. How is that possible?
I can hear myself on something.
Huh. I'm used to StreamYard too, but I have to get used to Streamlabs because I bought it for the year. So wait, let me see. I have an idea. I'm going to go to my settings and put in speak my output for me. Hopefully I don't mess anything up. Before I hit anything, let me just say, all right, I'm going to hit something, but I'll look at what I hit so that if it doesn't work, I could go back.
All right, can you hear me now or no?
Nope,
I
not
don't know.
happening.
I don't know
I
what
gotta
to do.
go back and reconnect.
Hello?
See, I mess around with things.
Can you hear me now?
Ooh, can you guys hear me still, or did I just like now mute myself because I pressed it stuff?
I can
Can
hear
you
Miss
hear me now?
Behaving.
Oh,
I can
I
hear.
put on the wait. Talk now, Cuffy.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Can you hear me?
You guys, did I just like talk? I'm sorry. Last time I'm gonna torture you.
I see my box moving.
Hello?
No, I can't hear, but you guys can hear. What
see
the
it
hell is
too.
that? Do you think if I put on headphones, I'd be able to hear? Let me try that. Let's try that, you guys, before I give up on it.
Lucy, you can hear me?
Can y'all hear me?
I was just thinking, thank God I didn't like
But for some reason,
ask like a creator
Dr.
or
Vona
something. How
can't hear me.
embarrassing. I mean, it's embarrassing enough that I have people in
Okay.
here right now that I can't
Why
hear.
is it echoing?
Truth,
Misbehaving.
I know you guys can hear her, but I can't. It's so weird. I'm gonna
Oh my God.
try and connect my headphones and see if it comes when I do that. So, oh my gosh, you guys could hear Misbehaving too, so I'm the only one. Well, you two go have fun.
It's our show now.
I'm trying to connect. Device pairing. Let's see. Add device. Pair my headphones.
I don't know why mine keeps doing that. It's weird.
Come on. Why do I always have to have a problem?
I don't know. We can hear each other. What you want to talk about?
My thing. It's me. I don't know why. Oh wait, here we go. Add device. I think because it's a newer computer, I have to add it first real quick. Here I am. Show all devices. Sound meets. I got it.
Echoing.
It's connecting, it says.
Whew.
Okay, it says that they're. It says device. You guys.
Hello? I don't know, man.
Mother F. I hear nothing.
I'm still here.
Can you guys believe it? Okay, so I have to come up with a plan B, so I'm not going to cry about it. So I have another idea. Watch this. New meeting, create a new meeting, start an instant meeting. Watch this, you guys. Ready? Because, oh gosh, I forgot that I had this in my ear, so it just did a big ding. All right, so I'm going to add somebody. Wait, watch this, you guys. I got this. I got this.
Who has on TV in the background?
Oh, I have to enter the name. All right, Cuff you. And then what I'll really?
Yes, Cuff and I can hear each other, Harlot. Harlot Oscara.
Hold on, I have to remember.
I like it.
Okay, I got you.
I hear everyone.
Cuff you.
Yes.
I had to send you an email.
Okay.
For this. See, I want you to try to get on this so that I could see if I could hear you. But tell me you guys aren't hearing me.
I don't have a TV
right,
on, so I don't know who that is.
I am using Google Meets, and then I can just attach the Google Meet. Watch this. I had to come up with a plan B real quick, and this is the only thing I could think of because I don't know how to have a conversation. Oh, that looks cool, you guys. If I did have 3 people up there, that's what it would look like. But I'm not exactly sure. How do we have a conversation if I can't hear you?
Hang on.
So hopefully Cuff you will check. And then what we'll do is, Miss
Don't want
Behaven,
the camera.
if this works, then I'll have somebody. Oh, wait, I think it worked. Hold on.
All right. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you, but hold on. It's really loud. I have it up all the way, I think. Hold on. I just like, but I can hear you. Hold on. That's a good sign. Here, wait, let me just take one out. That might help. I'm going to take one out so that it's not in both ears. But this worked. So what I could do is, this is what I'm going to do, Misbehaving. This worked. So I'm going to share this. I just want to make sure everybody else could hear it too. I have to add it.
Are you emailing me? Oh, she can't hear me.
All right, talk real quick.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, well, I could hear your background. Can you guys hear that?
I do not have a background.
Then
I am sitting outside in silence.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you. Do me a favor and disconnect the one on Streamlabs so that I could make sure that I could still hear, that everybody could. Okay, now talk real quick and just.
All right.
I could hear you perfectly fine. So what we're going to do is.
Now can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly fine. So I want to get Misbehaving. I need to get the email so that I could send the link to her email. So maybe. Oh yeah, because I was going to say I could drop the link. I can't drop it. It doesn't just have a link. I'm in Google Meets, and I mean, unless somebody knows something, I don't. But it says that I have to like. Oh, it says somebody joined something. Hold on, let me look. Misbehaving came back up here. So Misbehaving.
Y'all can hear my TV.
Oh, your TV in the background. Misbehaving. This is the deal. I hope you could hear me, Misbehaving. This is what we're going to do. My Google Meets worked, but I can't hear you guys on the Streamlabs. So what I'm going to do is I need to get your email. So I don't know. I wish I could hear Oh, you could hear Misbehaving, can't you? Misbehaving can hear me, but I can't hear Misbehaving, but I can hear Cuff You. So this is the thing, Misbehaving. I need to email you the link, but I don't know your email. So as soon as I get your email, I can email you the link. And then we'll be all good, you guys. Thank God I had a backup. See? It's like the teacher in me. I literally had.
I'm Kay.
Yeah, I know.
Guys, I'm Kay. That's my real name. So don't tell the whole world, everybody. You know.
Oh, nobody's coming for you. Wait, you know what I noticed?
Don't come for me.
You spell your name like BK.
Huh? Oh, my last name. I was like, wait, what? Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh. So wait, do we have it? The email? How do we get her email? Can you hear her? I feel like you guys said that you could hear.
I can't.
Okay, so, oh, you can't hear? So Bodisha can hear. You have her email from yesterday. Lucy, you are the friggin' best. Lucy is so smart. I forgot that yesterday Misbehaving emailed me. So watch this. Because Lucy is so smart and just reminded me. But at least we figured it out. At least I'm not. Oh wait, what's that?
This is some effing determination right here.
Oh, I don't give up ever. Oh, Misbehaving. That's like the easiest email. Hold on. Yeah, I don't ever give up. I am not a quitter. All right, so hold on. How do we add Misbehaving? Let me see. I don't know if I have to. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm Cuff You, guys.
Cuff You. I might have to.
I just said my real name.
Oh wait, do I have to? Can I only do one person at a time? That's weird. I don't know. There's got to be another way. Share screen. No, that's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to Cuff You. I think I might have to do one at a time.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm cool with that.
Oh, I love you. Thank you for helping me. You're the best. And then come up next or whatever if you want. You're the best. Thank you. All right, I'm going to knock off Cuff You. I'm going to give it very good because I'm good like that. And then I'm going to stop sharing so that you guys can't see me send this to, here we go. Start an instant meeting. That's weird. I guess I could set it up to where I could email more than one person, but I didn't look at all that before I came on. So I'm just going to do the one. And here we go. Misbehaving. I sent you an email. Look at that, you guys. We're so smart. We straight figured this out. And Lucy, you're the best. Genius. Lucy gets Genius of the Day award. I need a drink too. And I don't even drink. Can you guys believe I've never been drunk in my life? And I've never done like fun drugs. Like I've done pot, so if you're considering that a drug, but if not, I've never been high or drunk. How boring is that? All right, hold on. Let me see if she came on yet. Google Meet. Not yet. I did send the email though, so hopefully she'll get it any minute. And while I do that, I could probably reshare so that we're already up. And then that way, as soon as she comes, we'll see her pop on, and I'll just hit accept. How about that? That's so exciting. Oh, look, she's here. Hold on. I'm coming. Are you there? Misbehaving? Are you kidding me? Is this a joke? Can you really? Oh, wait, I could add other people. Hold on, misbehaving. Let me see. Mute misbehave. No, I don't want to mute her. It says that you can unmute yourself. Are you sure that you're, are you sure that your microphone's on? Because we were able to hear Cuff You. Your tile is now paired with misbehaving. So I paired our tile. I don't even know what the hell that means, but I just did it because I didn't know if it would help. But I did find a thing where I could add more than one person. And since we now know Kelly's name, I'm just going to do it. I meant, did you just hear what I said? I did not say that on purpose. I just read, oh my God, what's her name? Warning label. He knows that was her name. Okay, so let's see. Why can't I hear you right now, misbehaving? I don't get it. I feel like this is a bad joke. And Cuff You, I just sent you the link again because I was able to do more than one. I just didn't realize it. I just heard something. Talk. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph's. Please help us. I'm misbehaving. I don't know what's happening, and I want to hear what you have to say so bad. You're like the reason I did this tonight. I think it was you that said it last night. I said, if I do this, will you come on? Oh, look, now we have, oh, this is so exciting. Others see your video differently. That's interesting. All right, go ahead. Talk real quick. Cuff You. Let's see if I can hear you again. Oh, you guys, I could definitely add more people. I just didn't see the button until now. All right, it says that Cuff You is muted. You can't unmute someone else, it says. So I can't unmute you, so you have to unmute yourself. But misbehaving, I don't even see a microphone for you. Misbehaving, if you could see my screen, go over to, on your thing, like go over to the things up here in your, what would this be called? Like your search engine thing up here. And click on here. And sometimes we have to redo our mic. Like right now, but no, it says misbehaving thing, but it says that your mic's not there. I don't know what's happening. I'm trying. I feel like I failed at this, you guys. I done failed. I'm trying. I don't know what's happening though. We'll try for another minute or whatever, and then we'll just, what I'll do is, if I can't figure it out, Cuff You, are you really not talking? Like, I'm assuming that if you could talk, you would. All right, I'm going to hang this up real quick. And then we're going to see. I left the meeting. So this is what we're going to do, because I don't want to waste anybody's time either. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do. So what I could do is, Cuff You was talking apparently, but on my end, it didn't say that she was talking, and I don't know. Yeah, you guys couldn't hear Cuff You that last time. So what I'll do is I will, oh, it says I could rejoin that one. But I don't know if it's really going to help. See, I'm wondering, do I just, what I'll do is I'll troubleshoot a few things. And that way, There was other ways to join, it said. I wonder if I gave out the other ways to join. So wait, Misbehaven's here again. Misbehavin', can you try talking one more time before I give up on it? That's so crappy. I have an idea, Misbehavin'. Since I really, really, really want to hear what you have to say, I do have an idea, and I usually don't do this. This is what I'm going to do, Misbehavin'. I'm going to email you right now. And, oh no. Where are you? Right here. Misbehaving. Please don't ever make me regret this, because I don't think you would, because I wouldn't even give it to you. So use that real quick, and then I could put that up here. There you go, because I'm like determined to hear what Misbehaving has to say. So I had to do something. All right, let's see if this works. Let's see if it works this time. You guys, this is literally my third attempt. And if this doesn't work, then we'll just do it next time, I promise. But let's see what happens. We're going to give it the old college try. All right, let's see. I'm connecting my iPhone. And then it'll connect. And then if you use that number I gave you, you should be able to get through. So let's see what happens. All right. So wait, while we're waiting for that, because as soon as it comes through, I'll be able to. Hold on, let me put this on. So I'm going to put it on my ringer so that I hear it, so that I don't have to keep staring at my phone. And then when we hear it, we could just transfer it. I could pick it up on the computer. But that way I can, wait, my screen, what is this? Oh, it says you're still on. So hang up the other one. Hang up this. I'm going to hang up on that on you, Miss B. Then I just emailed you. But just so you know, so I emailed you a number, but if I don't, like, if you ever try that number again and I don't answer, it's because it's only there sometimes. But if you text it, it's one of those things that I could go back and find. But anyway, just until she comes back, because I don't want to, like, waste anybody's time either. I do want to make sure. Watch, I'm going to try one more time, you guys. And as soon, this will work. This is how I'm going to get Misbehaving. Oh, wait. Told you. Hello? Wait, hold on. Let me say. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Is this Misbehaving?
It is, and I just set out everything, so now I can figure out how to go back and watch you.
Oh, well, you have to do me a favor and don't ever give that to anybody, what I just said.
Oh, no.
But you're on speaker, so everybody can hear you.
Oh, hi, everybody. Well, now I got to find the video so I can watch what's going on.
No, you're good. Just make sure that you turn the volume off so that it doesn't, what's it called? Oh my God, I just dropped. Look at what I just did, you guys. Oh my God, you guys. I'm a mess. My entire microphone just fell. But I am from Philadelphia, so if anybody knows how to rig something on the spur of the moment, it is me. So we got this. Look, I already rigged it. We're good. There we go.
I don't understand why my mic's not working, but I'm going to plug in my headset while you...
Okay. Well, can everybody hear? Or you guys are dead? I know, right? They're dead. I'm like dropping things over here. I can't. You're a sub from Mark's channel? Thank you. Oh, Jazz, thank you. And can you guys hear when she was talking? Yes, you can hear her and me. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. And while she's connecting her thing right there, I am going to pop this off so that I don't have to hold the whole thing the whole time. Hopefully I figure out how to pop it back on after. You guys.
All right, we're golden.
You're golden? All right, let's talk.
Well, let's see.
Let's see what happens. I guess we'll find out. So
we will find out.
So talk to me. Tell me about all of the things.
Well, we don't have all night.
Well, obviously.
The video you were just playing with Stephanie and them with the doctor.
Yes.
That doctor, if I'm not mistaken, never really looked at Gypsy's files, and he only spent maybe 15 minutes on the phone with her, on the prison phone with her.
Oh, so he was only getting self-reported information?
Every single
I don't know.
Professional in the documentaries, not one of them has actually looked at the records. Not one of them knows that she actually has a micro deletion. They just went with the story and flew with it. One of the doctors even said, I think in one of the HBO specials, that he Googled the information and decided that it was the most severe case he'd ever seen. Yeah, he never even looked at the files. Had they looked at the files, they would have seen that Gypsy had a microdeletion disorder.
So I have a question. Do you think that because of the microdeletion disorder that caused a lot of the other medical things that we see down the line?
Every single thing that Gypsy was treated for or had studies for, if you look at the microdeletion, the chromosome microdeletion order of 1q21.1, every single symptom is something that she was either treated for, and then the paraplegia stuff, I think that was Dee Dee trying to figure out what is going on with my daughter, because all the doctors were doing tests. They're like, no, everything's fine. Well, we found out now that Gypsy was lying about not being able to feel her legs. I sent you the link to that video. I think you should show your viewers.
Think that's the one that I just sent you the thing on. So I do have it. Hold on, let's see. I have the link. All right, hold on. Let me pause it real quick. Okay. No, wait. Oh, so I just heard her say, quit talking about me. And I know that at least part of it's going to be her reaction back to Ryan, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That is so funny. So apparently.
And she was on parole at Jazz Fest and obviously totally drunk. Like, she violated parole so many times, never got in trouble. But,
really?
Oh, yeah. She didn't have to get a job like any other parolee.
So let me tell you guys. So you know how we were saying about like narcissistic traits or whatever? This video right here reminds me, when you see the video, I mean, I don't know, when I say you, I just mean anybody watching, but when you see the video that she's reacting back to, it's from her ex Ryan, the one that was that she marries. I'm just letting people know in case they don't know. The one that she marries right out of jail. Here, when I was watching the video of him with Perez Hilton talking about her, I couldn't believe what I was hearing, because it was it seemed like what you see with narcissistic abuse. He literally throws her out to dry, but then at like the end, when Perez agrees with him, he then pulls it back in and he's like, yeah, but that's what Gypsy would want, like that. And it was just so crazy, because I was like, oh my gosh, like that was such a thing that somebody who has suffered narcissistic abuse would do. And I just thought that was crazy. But this is her reaction to it. And I don't know what else it is.
Well, and before you play it real quick, it's funny you say that, because Becca Scoot, she put out a video tonight that I haven't watched, but her last video was all about narcissistic abuse and just patterns of how she's narcissistically abused and how they all protect her because it's their comfort. It's very interesting. You guys should watch it. But go ahead and play this.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to play this. Let's see.
Okay.
It's been 3 fucking months since I texted you. And you're spiraling out of control. So just remember, just as much dirt you have on me, I have on you, honey. You punch at me, I punch back 10 times harder.
Excuse me. I can't even go further without saying, is it me, or does she have one like a different like vernacular or something? Does she always talk like this? Wait, you guys, listen again. Listen.
So just remember, just as much dirt you have on me, I have on you, honey. You punch at me, I punch back 10 times harder. Go see a therapist.
Oh, no, she didn't. She said, okay. Becca Scoops. I loved her. She was great.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
she's
likes
great.
to take, yeah, she likes to take on different accents, different characters.
So
Although,
I wasn't just grabbing that out of nowhere.
Oh,
That was so
but
weird.
This is not the video I want you to play. This is
Oh,
the
okay.
video that Becca just made tonight for you to watch later.
Oh, is it the one under it?
Yeah, probably.
All right, hold on. Let's see. Share this tab instead, and then you tell me.
Quit talking about
Oh wait, hold on. I have to turn the other one.
It's been 3 fucking months since I texted you.
Oh no, I have
Which,
like.
by the way, people that covered Gypsy after Gypsy posted this video, this is her at Jazz Fest, drunk on parole, threatening Ryan. She then publicly shamed him and told the whole world about his methadone treatment.
Oh no, she did not.
Yep, she claims to be a recovering addict, but she has no problem throwing people under the bus.
Oh, that is so shitty.
Yeah.
That's such a shitty thing to do.
Yeah, but this is the video I was speaking of. The video
Yeah, I'm looking now. I'm going back. Is it the one explaining the wheelchair?
Yeah, her explaining how she ended up in a wheelchair.
All right, let's try this one.
Yeah.
All right, share this one instead. Let's see if this is it. Is this it?
Finally, nice to show you after all this time. I'm sorry to be the secret.
And you guys, this is Into the Weeds.
For so long, but it's not just you keeping it a secret from everybody who knows me. How do I get started?
Wait, just so that I don't have to stop it because I'm afraid of a copyright, I have this video right here. Let me play it on here so that I could just play it outright. That way I don't have to worry about, not that Into the Weeds is going to do anything, because I think the video I'm about to play originally comes from Into the Weeds anyway, but here.
Into the Weeds will absolutely not copyright you.
Oh, okay.
Gypsy's the only person. Into the Weeds wants the truth out, which is why they're sharing all this information.
Wow.
Yeah,
I just finished watching all the videos he sent me, and I adore and worship all of them. I can't believe how much he put into making them for me. I really appreciate them. They're wonderful.
Yeah, that's not the wheelchair.
Oh, gotcha. Then I'm going back to the one we were just on.
Years old. I went into the hospital for like 6 months, and the doctors told me that I had a seizure and surgery, and I wouldn't be able to walk, that I was paralyzed permanently. And that part that I had a seizure was true. In surgery, I had the seizure and I was paralyzed, but what they didn't know is that it was temporary paralysis and not permanent. And by the time I started getting my feeling back in my legs, and I hadn't tried to walk then, but I was too young and I just kept to myself. And throughout the years, I tried to tell my mom a few times, and I guess I was just afraid of her not loving me as much as.
Can you pause for a moment?
Yeah, this is so interesting, right, Dad?
Yeah, so basically what she was just saying, because it's kind of skippy on my end, I don't know if it is for everyone else.
Oh, I hope not.
She's basically, like a year after being into dating Nick, because for the whole year she lied to him about being in a wheelchair. But this is her coming clean to Nick, saying that she had a surgery when she was 6 years old. During surgery, she had a seizure, which gave her paralysis.
Unbelievable.
But they did, yeah, and what she's saying was, but what they didn't know is that it was temporary paralysis, and that when she started getting feeling back in her legs, she just kept it from everybody.
Wow.
Even her mom. Yeah. So you can keep
But
going.
isn't it true though that like there was a few times where like she said she was jumping on the bed or something and her mom was like, get down or whatever, you're gonna hurt yourself.
I don't know about the bed thing, but I do know there's a story about the trampoline where once her mom left to go to the store, she was playing on the trampoline.
Yeah. What about that?
She saw her mom. She dropped.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Because well, now we know because she was hiding from her mom.
You don't think though that her mother? You don't think her mother ever saw her though, like get up or anything? I'm just trying to think. I have 2 daughters, and I just couldn't imagine, like them.
Well, just as a psychopath for one.
That is true.
She didn't want to have to do chores. Yeah, she didn't want to have to do chores. She didn't want to have to help around the house. She loved being doted on hand and foot. Yeah.
That's interesting. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to make her sad or lose any love from her. I guess that's the reason why I kept it a secret from her. And so I just kept it to myself for a long time until 2011, whenever I sort of started rebelling as a teenager and ran away from home. Early, ran away from home.
Oh, wait, so it wasn't until she ran away with the older guy or whatever that her mom knew that she could walk?
Yeah.
Wow.
Stumbled. Before I ran away, I started trying to walk as much as I could. And I just got enough strength to be able to leave home. Unfortunately, it was the wrong person. And
wow.
So, Mom's
talking about Dan right there.
Yeah, the guy Dan, you guys, in case, because I didn't know about Dan until last night, so chances are there could be somebody watching right now that also doesn't know about him. So Dan was what? She was 17 or 18 and he was 40? Right?
No. I want to say they met at VisionCon in like somewhere around 2009 or 10. I don't know, because she ran off to meet him in 2011 with a book of IDs and whatnot to prove to him that she was of age.
Wow.
And then when she tells her story, like, I tried to run away once, but my mom found me. No, what happened was she found out he was in the hospital. She snuck out to the hospital in the middle of the night, went to his house, but all the roommates knew of them from VisionCon, and the roommates actually called, like, get your freak of a daughter out of here.
Wow. Oh, wow. All right, let's keep listening.
Denial, in a way, I don't really know, because I guess it would be too hard to explain.
She just said that mom was in denial because it was too hard. It would have been too hard to explain to, like, her friends and stuff.
Well, at that point in 2011, I would imagine.
I see. She's saying in 2011.
Yeah.
I see. I get it.
She's like, how do I explain this?
Yes, I get it. That makes sense.
And one thing I never want to go like a liar. And believe me, I would like for people to know the truth. But being as it is, I would lose a lot of friends, I think. And I just don't want anybody to hate me. And they would. And so you're the only person that knows besides me and that one other guy, which he's not in my life anymore, so I will not be friends anymore.
Wait, who's not alive? She said there's one other person that knows that she could walk and they're not alive anymore. I wonder who that was.
I missed that.
Here, wait, I'll go back a second. Wait, listen, just so that you could listen out for if you do hear it until the next time we talk. Wait, listen to what she says.
He doesn't. So right now, you're the only person that knows.
Wait, hold on, I didn't go back far enough.
Anymore, so I will not.
I didn't go back far enough here.
The only person that knows besides me and that one other guy, which he's not in my life anymore, so I will not be friends.
Oh, he's not in my life anymore.
He doesn't. So right now,
maybe that was Dan that she was talking about.
Yeah, she's talking about Dan.
Yeah.
But she's trying to keep Dan in her life.
Really nice to just have somebody that accepts me, and you accepted me even when you thought it was in a wheelchair, and living my life in a wheelchair, I have to tell everybody that I am. And anyway, it's difficult, but it's freeing and wonderful just to you can accept me, and that's really all I care about is what you see and how you see me and how you feel about me. So
Wow.
I apologize so much for taking so long to tell you. I didn't know how to. So I'm so sorry. And I promise you I have no other secrets. I think I've told you everything about myself. And that's the truth because you know everything about me. You know me physically, emotionally, every which way. So now we can just sort of start fresh on a new page. No secrets between us. I know you've always been completely honest with me, which I very much appreciate that. It just took me a few, took me some time to get out a few secrets that were very big skeletons in my closet. So thank you so much for always loving me and adoring me and worshiping me. And I just want you to know that I love and adore and worship you too. My dearest Kim Charming.
She says King Charming, but the thing picked it up as King Sharpie. That was funny. But no, but so there's just so much with that video. So wow, you guys. Somebody who said it? Dodisha says her tongue thrusting that is caused by not having the franium skin under her tongue. Oh, this right here, this is the philtrum. The philtrum. The philtrum is this part right here in between your nose and your lip. Is this what you mean, where your face folds in on itself? Or is the franium? Is it the franium? Is that? What's it called?
Yeah, but it's due to her high palate as well.
That's what she's talking about. So where your face folds in on itself. And I show a video in the womb by National Geographic, and it shows how like we start out as a cell or whatever. And when they show that part, your face literally folds in on itself at like, I forget the exact day. It's like day 36 or something. But that's where the philtrum is and the roof of your mouth. So, under her tongue. That thing under there, I see. They removed her salivary glands. Why?
Yeah. So, well, the story behind that is that she had excessive saliva to the point where she was
drooling.
choking on it. Well, drooling. She was choking on it in her sleep.
What?
And they actually, her little minions will say it was done unnecessarily. That's not true. She went through excessive sleep studies and whatnot, and they tried doing Botox and all kinds of other treatments, I want to say for nearly a year. And at first the Botox was working, but then it just stopped working. But I mean, it was dangerous. She was choking on her drool and her saliva at night. So they decided to remove only two of her salivary glands, which we have tons of them. We have major pairs in the neck, but they only removed two just to help reduce the saliva.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was absolutely necessary.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
There was all kinds of treatments and stuff that they tried prior to that. It wasn't like they just automatically went in and like chop them out. No, they tried all kinds of other stuff first.
So, yes, and there's people here that are verifying what you're saying too, that it's two of many that you have in your mouth. So that makes sense. And it seems like it worked clearly. So, wow. Could that be why her teeth started to rot, because she wasn't getting enough saliva after that, or no?
No, the teeth thing is part of the 1221. It's one of the symptoms as well. The excessive saliva, I think, was one of the issues. The, bottle sucking until she was 23 years old didn't help. the lack of oral hygiene was a big factor.
Yeah, that'll do it.
She'll try to say it was from chemo, and then I think she changed it to, it was, due to her seizure medication. But no, it's.
Ooh, this is a good point. Heather says, could it also be from drinking from a bottle? This is the thing. I tell my students all the time, if you're like in your child rearing years and you have little kids, if they want to go to bed with a bottle, put water in it. Don't ever put juice in it, because when you put juice, whether it's Pedialyte, apple juice, whatever it is, what happens is the kid winds up sucking on the nipple part of it as like a pacifier, but then the juice like stays in the mouth and the sugar just rots the teeth. It's terrible. I wonder if that also played a part. I'm sure it's all of the things. I'm sure, you know what I mean? Like you were saying, lack of hygiene, the this, the that.
And according to her, she was sucking on a bottle until 23 years old.
I can't believe that, right?
Yeah, and then she's like, well, my mom never weaned me off a bottle. You're 23 freaking years old.
Yeah, that's huge. Like that's a huge, which would just say to me, because you would have to, like, you're not going to have a bottle that lasts for 23 years. So my thing is, the mom would have had to buy bottles.
Well, Gypsy stole everything, so who knows? And she loved the brown nipples. The brown nipples were her nipple of choice.
Wait, why?
I don't know. The suction came out better.
Wait, where do I read whatever the hell you read? I want to see that.
I think she talks about that in her My Time to Stand book.
Wow.
Yeah, which that book is just a bunch of lies, and contradictions happen from one paragraph to the next. And it's smut, complete smut. And she dedicated it to her daughter.
Wait, was her daughter alive yet?
No. Well, she might have been, I think she was pregnant when the book was released. I want to say it was November 10th, maybe, of last year.
Interesting. I have a question. I thought of something just now. So I was watching a video earlier, and they were talking about like the different places that she lived throughout her life. And they said that there was 2 years, and I don't remember if it was 20. Oh, you'll probably know, but she lived in Aurora.
Yeah.
Isn't that what she named her kid?
Yeah.
So psychologically.
And one of the, I think, Sleeping Beauty, her real name was Aurora. Yeah, she's obsessed with Aurora.
Oh, Sleeping Beauty's Aurora? That's interesting.
She's all about being a Disney princess, you know.
But it's I'm always interested. So in my intro to psych class, one of my assignments has to do with Disney princesses, and it really does shed light on, like, when people pick what Disney princess they would have been. Or my assignment actually says to pick one of the stories and rewrite the ending to say something different. And you, like, just depending on what people say, it really is like a view into their psyche. So the fact that she picked Sleeping Beauty is interesting to me. Didn't, like, Sleeping Beauty get taken care of by the Seven Dwarfs?
Yeah, but I don't know if that's where she got it. She claims it's because of the Aurora Lights, which she's like made plans with at least 3 different men, I think, that we know of, to take this trip to the Aurora Lights. She's already planned to do it with Ken in December of this year.
Is it me, or does she do the same things in many like, I feel like in all of the relations.
Yeah.
She does?
Sorry, it's all a pattern. Yeah.
So this is interesting, because I've said this before on here. Specifically, I've told people that I say that if you have a date, or like if you're with someone and you get really hurt, a lot of times what happens is, if you don't reflect on the things that happened during that and try to grow yourself, what winds up happening is the person will pick somebody who maybe looks different, has a totally different profession, like all the things, and they really think that, like, they pick someone different, all to find out that it's a personality trait that they're attracted to, and that the relationship winds up ending the exact same way with that new person. So I guess my thing is that seeing this just shows that to be validated, because she has many different guys, but she's the common link, that she winds up pulling the same things with every single one of them, from Nick to Ryan to, what's his name? Ken?
Dan and Ken. And yeah,
Ken?
she triangulates. She loves to triangulate, which is what she did with Nick and Dee Dee to get him to commit to doing the crime, even though he did not want to do it. When he took the bus down there, his plan was to pick her up and take her home. He wanted her to run away.
So what do you think about my thought process on this real quick? So I was thinking about this, and I was like, given his IQ and his autism diagnosis and so on and so forth, could it be that because he was madly in love with her, so could it be that, and he was very into the sex, and what I noted, like the thought of it, what I noticed was, because we did like, who do? We did Casey Anthony and Jodi Arias, and we see that like sometimes people that have personality type characteristics that aren't the same as everybody else, that sometimes they'll use sex as a way to manipulate and get what they want. I feel like I'm seeing that here, and I'm wondering, could she have been using the whole sex thing? Because I noticed she winds up asking him for for the anal sex or whatever, right? Like after he does the crime, and then after he agrees to it or whatever, and says like, if being rough or just don't, he says something like, don't like listen to what Victor has to say and you'll be fine. But then she goes on to say, and if we don't get to do that tonight, there's still tomorrow, which makes me think that she didn't want to do it to begin with. She's using it as a means, like a carrot to dangle, which if that's
for sure.
Okay, so if that's the case, then I also see how he could have been talked into doing this, because in his head, he could have had in his head that this is you know what else I noticed? There's a text message where she says, and this stuck out to me right away. She says, your life with me depends on this, which says to me, now if she would have said my life depends on this, I would be like, she's scared of her mother. She says, your life with me depends on this, which says to me that what she meant was, if you want to be with me and you want me to be your sex slave and all these other things, then you have to do this. So depending on what happens tonight, what you do, that's going to depend on your future with me. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. And she was afraid that he wasn't going to do it. And she even triangulated in that scenario right before the crime. She's asking him, you know, I'm being tempted sexually. Is it okay if I go meet up with a friend at the cupcake shop?
She said that?
Yeah. And I think that was her way of making sure Nick got there to make sure that didn't happen. And then she triangulated Nick with Dee Dee, saying, you know, she claimed that she was pregnant and that Dee Dee had beat her so bad that she miscarried. That was a whole lie. She was never pregnant.
What?
She had Nick believing that he was going to be the father of their baby after the movie theater.
My gosh. When I was reading the text messages yesterday, there was a text message where she says about, like, she was supposed to be pregnant in a week and a half or something. And she says something about when I was, when you got me pregnant last night, or something along the lines of where you were like, wait a minute.
Well, he said, you want me to get you pregnant again?
That's what it was.
Yeah,
wow.
Because she had made him believe that she got pregnant after the movie theater and that she miscarried because Dee Dee had beat her so bad.
That is rotten.
Because Dee Dee actually liked Nick when she met him at the movie theater. But that wasn't working for Gypsy. So she did everything in her power to make Nick believe that Dee Dee hated him. It was a whole triangulation. She was trying to make Nick mad at Dee Dee to give him a reason to want to have to end her life, even though he tried over and over and over to just get her to run away.
Oh, wow.
She mind fucked him, basically.
1,000%. Oh, yeah, I see that, honestly, 1,000%.
I honestly, and I know this is controversial, I question if he's not just covering for her with this whole thing. Because if you watch the Ruby video, you know, she's got him groomed into the whole I worship you, I worship you, I worship you thing. And if you watch the Ruby video, in one part of it, she says something to the effect of, you know, to prove you worship me, you take the hit.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So that actually plays into what I was saying last night, where I said, does anybody think that he's still in love with her? Because somewhere in his thought process, he thinks that they're together eternally.
Well, I think he probably still loves her, but I think he's woken up to the point that she used him.
I hope so.
Under the bus, but I think he's a very honorable. Honor is very big to him in his mind. So I think in some honorable way, he still loves her.
So what I noticed with him, this is the thing, what I noticed with him was, I think yesterday when we were talking, I asked everybody if he had like dissociative identity or something because of the Victor and all, but I don't think he does. I think what happens is, I think what happens is even with her and Ruby, I think what they're doing is separating themselves from the bad behavior by saying, I didn't do that, Victor did that, I didn't do that, Ruby did that.
Okay, so if I may interrupt,
please.
I think that Gypsy had been doing that with Demona for a long time. Gypsy's story to the world was that Nick all of her characters and whatnot, but no, we have evidence to prove otherwise. She had all the characters way before even meeting Nick. She tells everyone that Nick introduced her to the BDSM. That's not true because Dan said that Gypsy introduced him to the BDSM. She had all these characters, and in 2011, she started really unhinging teenage, going nuts.
So what happened? And what else happened in 2011?
Her behavioral disorder just like.
No, but I'm wondering, in my opinion, there has to be a life event that we can look up. We'll have to look that up. So between me and you, we have to try to figure out. So something had to have happened, in my opinion, in 2011 that triggered the rest of that.
Well, I think she wanted to date Dan, and Dan was 36 years old and a felon and a drug addict and married with a child. Dee Dee did not like that. Gypsy was being told no. Gypsy does not like being told no. And 2011 is also when she was finally diagnosed with the disorder. And it's also the same year that she went and shot up Dee Dee with a pellet gun and, you know, held a dagger over her.
Wow. So she must have felt like, like a need to rebel back then. I wonder what that's about.
Most teenagers do. I don't know. But
was she a teenager? How old was she? Wasn't she like 20?
She was, I think, 19 in 2011.
Okay.
Someone in the chat can correct me on that. I think she was like 19. But it seems like that's the year that everything kind of shit hit the fan.
Yeah, so she spiraled out of control in 2011, and Heather thinks that Dan might have been part of that. So this is the thing, you guys. Oh, who's on the phone with Dr. Vona? Wait, let me tell everybody who I'm on the phone with in case they're just coming in. Misbehaving, you guys. I was doing the call-in show, and Misbehaving's on with me. I should have something on the screen so you guys know that. I apologize. So it's Misbehaving. But okay, so this is the thing. So in 2011, isn't that the year that she says that she tells her mom that she can walk?
Yep, that's when she found out that Dan was in the hospital. He got beat up one night. She snuck out in the middle of the night, went and met up with him at the hospital, went to his house with a whole binder full of IDs and whatnot to prove that she was of age, because they're all from VisionCon, so they all thought Gypsy was underage.
Wow.
But she was obsessed with Dan, so she wanted to let him know, like, I'm of age. So that's when all the friends were calling Dee Dee, like, hey, come get your weirdo daughter out of here.
Wow. And does anybody know how old Dan was again?
36.
Okay, so this is what that says to me. He
married, children, felon.
Oh my gosh, no way.
Yeah.
Wow. But that also says to me, right, he's also old enough to what? Be her dad. we see this daddy's theme with her a lot. Like, it's not just with him, right? He literally is technically, if she's 17, he's technically old enough to be her dad. I think that she had an abandonment thing, in my opinion, with her dad originally, and then maybe Dee Dee's abandonment issues with her own dad, and then her husband, and so on. So I'm wondering how much that played a role when
Dee Dee's dad was in her life. Because they
No, I meant like how Gypsy says that he touched her, and then but he says that Gypsy
that never happened.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Misbehaving.
Okay.
I've agreed on everything you've said so far, but this was the only thing with me, this one. Let me tell you why. When they go back and ask the grandpop if he ever did that, he says, no, as a matter of fact, if that were to happen, I had to tell her not to touch me.
Yep.
That to me isn't okay. For me, isn't that a red flag?
I'm going to tell you at first, a lot of us were like, whoa, 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 whoa. That's a red flag. But the more we learn, we're like, we believe him.
Yeah, but she was so little.
She's a sexual freak. She was telling people, like, she started masturbating at 4. Everything.
So that tells me, okay, so as as somebody that studies this, that tells me that that's the age that somebody started to touch her inappropriately, in my opinion.
No, it's part of her microdeletion.
Oh, is that part of it?
Oh, yeah. Hypersexuality is a huge part of it.
Oh, I'm going to have to look up all that. I guess maybe I'm missing that piece then.
Yeah. Yeah, the more we learn, the more we believe the grandfather. And we've had other people that, grew up in the neighborhood, and they're like, no way, Claude was never, ever, ever like that.
But this is my thing, though. But this is the thing. I just have to push back a little bit. This is the thing. Just think about it, right? I don't know if you have kids or anything, but I'm sure you've been around a kid that's been 4 or 5. If they were to ask about private parts, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just sheer curiosity. But for them to act out in a way where you have to tell them you got to stop touching me, that to me is an issue.
Well, we also saw it as a red flag, but the more we learn, we're like, no, we all believe Claude at this point, because everything is about sex. Everything.
Right, I agree with you there, but my thing is that usually starts somewhere. So I'm wondering, could it have been something, and whether she misremembers it, this is the thing. Perception's reality, even when it's not real. So even if something isn't real, like let's say right now, I told somebody that I had red, white, and blue flags on the screen, but really they're pride flags. If that was really my perception that they were red, white, and blue, then that's my perception. Like, that's my reality, even though that's not really real. So I'm wondering how much of that story played a role in her sexual deviance, but you're saying that the microdeletion plays a role in that. So I'm going to have to do my due diligence and do my research so that I can educate myself on it.
Yeah, look up the microdeletion. Every single symptom that she tries to claim her mom faked or made up, it's all part of the microdeletion.
I'm just not into the whole about her trying to touch him. I just feel like even if it's, I don't know.
The more you learn, you'll change your mind. I promise.
Okay.
There's a lot of us felt the same way, but
hey, I'm down to change my mind. I'm definitely a person. If I know new information, I'm not afraid to change my mind.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Southern Edit just asked, does she call her dad Kim Shoes? Yeah, she does. And then here's another thing. In her book, she tells the story about bath time with Claude and Dee Dee, and there's no way all 3 of them could have fit in the bathtub for one. Like, none of her stories make sense, and they're constantly changing. And it was a clawfoot bathtub, and if it was so traumatic to you, while she's in prison, she's telling Ryan, like, when he's looking for a place for them to live, like, she really, really wants a clawfoot bathtub. Like, wouldn't that be a trigger to you?
No. And okay, so can I do something real quick? So for this entire live, I've been trying to say something, and every time I do it, I myself get distracted by something else. So I am going to try.
Sorry.
No, it's not you. It's me. But you just reminded me not to get that lost. And maybe that was God working, because we have the most people right now in here. So maybe I was supposed to save it. But you just reminded me. So, okay, so the question was that when she gets older, she wants a claw-shaped bathtub. Wouldn't that be like a trigger. This is the thing. When you're young and somebody that is supposed to look out for you, and it could be a neighbor that you never met. Like in this case, I just mean an adult. We're taught that adults will help you, stuff like that. So especially if it's somebody that you're related to, and the closer it is to somebody, as close to a parent, it gets even more, it affects you even more. So my point here is this, and we're not talking about Gypsy right now, you guys. So let's separate ourselves from that. Let's just say in general, if somebody is being harmed in any way at a young age, so let's say sexually, okay, even if they're being touched, if they're being penetrated, whatever the case may be, what happens is during those years, we're supposed to be building these attachments, which are our emotional bonds with other people, usually somebody that we can trust, that we can run to if we smash our head on the wall, like as a little kid or as a teenager when we break up with someone for the first time. So we have that person we can trust. This is my thing. When somebody that we are supposed to trust and love oversteps a boundary, especially a sexual one at a young age, your brain starts to associate sex with love. So, and it would be in a negative way in this sense. So it is not uncommon for somebody that has experienced sexual abuse to later on find themselves looking at like corn that is like, let's say it was somebody's, I don't know, brother or something. Like it wouldn't be abnormal for them to say that they're having a problem and that they're looking up sibling corn. And like, so, but all the things like, so when you just said that, I literally got chills because that actually makes me think even more that there might have been something, because we tend to go back to these dysfunctional things because they feel normal to us in a very abnormal, unconscious way. So just like you think that I'm going to change my mind, this is my thing. If I'm able to show you evidence, are you open to changing your mind? If, and again, you might think right now, but if, just like I'm saying, are you also open, or are you completely like nobody's telling you nothing?
Yeah, I'm totally open, but you have to realize I've been looking at this for 2 years, like a lot of us, and
well, I'm glad that you have.
I believed it.
I love that you said that. I just want to make sure that I'm not just dealing with somebody that's like, no, I just want you to see my way and that's it. And again, I don't expect you to change your view. No. That was more of a trick question, but you passed, so we're good.
No. And that's the thing. Like most of the people on the truth train, we're open to open conversation and contemplating other sides.
Where can I find that?
We're not close off. Well, it's all the people I've been telling you guys about. Becca Scoot, Starlight.
Oh, so it's a group. I didn't know if it was like a Facebook group or something.
No, not one group in particular. It's a group of content creators that we've all been studying this for 2 years. But with what you just said, let me see if I understand it correctly.
Yeah, go ahead.
With your point of view on the clawfoot tub, and Gypsy claims that she was chained up and tied to a bed, are you suggesting that maybe she sees that as love and that's how she got interested into BDSM? Or am I totally misunderstanding what you're saying?
No, you're not misunderstanding me. And it could be BDSM for one person. It could be corn for another person. It could be, promiscuity for someone else. So it could look very different for different people depending on the situation. So what I'm saying is that I don't know if that's what happened in this case. I'm just saying that in psychology and in research in psychology, that is not uncommon is what I'm saying.
Okay. Let me propose this to you as well.
Yeah,
when
please.
Gypsy was arrested, there was never, ever, ever any mention of abuse. She loved her mother, this and that. Never until her attorney came in, and first they were going to go with spousal abuse. And they were trying to find a story, and they went with Munchausen because they tested it with social media, and it seemed to be the story that struck most chords of hearts. And that's the one they ran with, even though it's a complete lie.
Wow, that's actually more of a problem for me than anything. Like, to me, that works more in like what you're saying than anything else that I've heard so far.
So what I was going to say as well is that never any mention of abuse. And what we found with Gypsy is that she likes to take other victims' stories and make them her own.
What?
So one of her prison inmates had a story of her grandfather sexually abusing her, and then all of a sudden Gypsy said her grandfather had abused her.
Well, let me tell you, that wouldn't be uncommon with somebody that has a personality disorder. I don't know if again, I'm not diagnosing anyone, but so my thing is the only way that not the only way, but one of the ways that I would see myself changing my mind on that would be what you just said. Like that would be one of the only things that I think would, like, without me thinking much further, that would change my mind. That reminds me of Casey Anthony. Do you guys remember when all of a sudden Jose Baez comes on the team and he says that her dad molested her, and nobody had ever heard of that beforehand? That's what that reminds me of, and I don't like that. It's like you could tear somebody else down by doing that, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. However, I will say though that it does happen sometimes, and it's because of attachment and the things that I always talking about, and even like conditioning. I talk about positive and negative reinforcement, and what happens is the early sexual experience where especially if the abuse is repeated, you start to pair the arousal, right? So, and this is the thing, while this arousal,
let me ask, as a familiar thing that you're comfortable with, which kind of goes back to the narcissistic abuse.
So this is the thing, what I'm saying. So yes, right, of course. So this is, but this is the thing. This is how some personality disorders, you could argue, would develop. So, and this is what I would say is that even when paired with something arousing, so fear could be arousing. So when I say arousing, I don't necessarily mean sexual. I mean just like fear, anything. The brain can mistake and link that arousal or that fear with danger, coercion, or even taboo later on in life. So the person may be drawn, yes, to familiar cues because that's what their nervous system learned.
Like an adrenaline rush? Is that what you mean?
It's like a later trigger. Like the person starts to become drawn to that thing because it's familiar. It's a familiar cue, but because it's linked with the nervous system and arousal, that's where it comes in. The brain winds up connecting it or linking it, the two together. So danger and that arousal. And then there's also reenactment, right? People might reenact. This is what I think is happening again with Gypsy now, with Ryan, at least from what I've seen. And again, this is just my opinion, allegedly. But what we'll see sometimes, like I feel like she's probably done this with other relationships, but I've only been able to see it with Ryan because I haven't really seen the other guys from their points of view. But when I hear him talk about her, he literally does all of the things that I see with somebody that had suffered narcissistic abuse. So it's just interesting that if those things could fall together for me, then I also have to consider that, like what you're saying. So I will consider it 100%. I will look into that. But I think that just because of what I know about research and psychology, that even if we separate ourselves from that particular story, I want to make sure that people that are listening understand that if they are somebody that finds themselves attracted to something that they can't explain, or that maybe they're ashamed of or embarrassed of, don't be. Chances are there's something from your childhood that could be directly linked back to it. And with the right, talk counseling, the person can not only identify it, but get through it and come out on the other side. Because you don't want to, I always talk about attachment, and you don't want attachment and love to equal pain.
Okay, so that first link that I shared with you in email that you started playing the video of, that was Becca Stoops describing all that and linking it to all of Gypsy's relationships and showing the pattern.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Wow, I can't wait to watch that.
It's really good.
See, so that like makes me feel good that at least I'm not, but even things like self-worth could be sought through this. So abuse can teach a person that their value is SUL. right? So it's like,
it's comfortable. Yeah, it's what they know.
and not just that, it's what you're good at. So you wind up being taught that this is what makes you valuable. So like, I know I'm valuable because I'm a good mom, I'm a good wife, I'm a good friend, I'm a good teacher. Like, so there's different things that make me valuable. But in this case, a lot of times the younger person, as they get older, start to take on subconsciously even that S is what makes them valuable. That's what they have to offer the world. That's what they have to offer the other, you know, the person that they're trying to be with or get, you know, in this case, whether it be Ryan, the other Ken, whoever. Does that make sense though?
Yeah.
And it's also like a way to feel powerful and stuff. So I would say that for her, not only did it maybe feel like a normal thing, and now I'm bringing it back to her, but she could have then tapped into it at times to feel powerful. Because if you guys think about it, we're all under the same, I mean, at least most of us that I know of are all under, although we all agree that what he did was absolutely wrong, we are all under pretty much the assumption that if not for Gypsy, this doesn't happen. Right?
And honestly, I'm pro Nick. A lot of people are not. I would like for him to have a fair trial and have all the evidence come out, because I question as to whether he actually participated or if he took the fall, because he was so obsessed with her.
I think if you look at, I mean, just in my opinion, I think it shows that it was him, but that doesn't mean that he wasn't coerced in some way, right? Or he didn't think that the rest of his happiness for the rest of his life depended on it or something like that. Because, I mean, they said that his IQ was an 80. So he clearly, you know, did not process information the same way that somebody whose IQ is an 80 would.
Well, it was 82, and
around what I was saying.
Right, but I question because the instructional video that Gypsy gave him, and he's autistic, so videos are.
Well, no, I'm agreeing with you on that. I'm saying that because of that IQ and stuff, that could have also played into why he even allowed anything she said to get to that point.
Right, but here's what I want to say is he was very animate, and he's never changed a story that he stabbed Edie 4 times. There's 17 wounds.
17?
17, and Gypsy is obsessed with the number 13. She wants her 13-year-old daughter to lose virginity. Everything revolves around 13 with her for some reason. So there's 13 unaccounted for wounds. The last thing Dee Dee said to her was, "Please don't hurt me. I'm starting to relax. Please don't hurt me." A lot of us feel that Gypsy had already done things to her mother before Nick got there. And he may have finished her off with the 4 wounds. A lot of people think that she was already gone, and Gypsy made him believe that he did what he did. I have seen some things recently that the whole worship thing is that he took the fall because Gypsy had him believing that, you know, if you worship me, you take the hit. And she has told him, like, I will get you the best attorneys ever. And in his interrogation while he was sitting there for nearly 13 hours in handcuffs before anyone got there, he's talking to himself. And I remember hearing him say something like, well, this is just a misdemeanor. I don't get it. And they need to know she's not 19. She's not 19. Why? Yeah. Like, she was lying to Nick about her age. So something about her not being 19 was really important to him. And I think in her mind, she thought at 19, she could get away as a minor.
It's interesting that you said that, because Nick's mom, when she's in the interview room or whatever, the female cop tells her that they didn't know right now if she was 17, 19, or 23.
Yeah,
so that's interesting.
About her age all the time.
But that's interesting, the 17-year-old one, because that would make you underage, which would make you, in, you know, maybe her mind or somebody else's mind, that you might get charged as a juvenile.
I don't remember ever hearing the 17 part. But,
well, I'd only heard it today. I could send you the video.
Yeah, well, I'm sure I've seen it already. I've been doing this for 2 years.
Mhm.
But the 19, I mean, even when the detective came to sit down with Gypsy, she lied and said she was 19.
Yep, she did. And that's the thing. And when you watch that video, she lies good.
Oh, yeah. And she's even said in one of her documentaries, like, I'm a very good liar. I can lie with no conscience.
But part of that, not always,
very
but
good
a lot of times that's learned behavior. And again, it doesn't make it right. It could very well be that it's learned behavior that winds up backfiring to where she, and this is the other thing I want to say real quick, just so I don't forget it. Charles Manson, who she actually talks about at some point, he doesn't go on to kill, but wait, he doesn't go. So this is my thing. She says to Nick in one of the things that he reminds her of Charles Manson, and he gets so pissed. He winds up watching a documentary and he says, don't ever say that to me again. This is my thing. I talk about projection all the time on this site. My thing is how much of that was her projecting, because in the end, she winds up doing the same thing in the sense of being charged and convicted of killing someone without actually doing the kill, in her words.
Okay, with your credentials, I'd actually really love to talk to you in private.
Sure.
Because have you found Lori the Dream Expert yet?
No, who?
Lori the Dream Expert.
No, but I'm going to write it down.
Oh, she's amazing. She had done a video talking about, I can't remember what it was titled. Unfortunately, the video got deleted. The sound was taken away for some kind of strike. I don't know. But it was basically saying how Lori the Dream Expert. Lori, Laurie.
Yeah, I got it. I have it up over here too.
Well, your chat was asking.
Gotcha.
But she talks about, I forget what she calls it, but basically, and I noticed it, everything that Gypsy projects that other people are doing are actually her own actions.
See, I talk about projection all the time on this site, and I say people project all the time. I do it without realizing it. You do it. Like, we all do it without realizing it. So a lot of times, like, I always tell people, like, if you're in a relationship and somebody's accusing you of cheating and you have not cheated, like, if anything, you're like, wait, what? Yeah. Chances are in their mind, there's a reason why they're thinking that you could be cheating. Could it be that they're cheating? Do you know what I mean? So we tend to project a lot in life, even good things, not just bad things. So I totally agree with that. If that's the case, I talk about projection all the time here, and that would be projection, her with the Charles Manson thing, in my opinion.
If I remember right, she called it narcissistic doublespeak. But if you keep that in mind and watch every single video of Gypsy, for example, when she's talking to Dr. Phil and she's explaining to Dr. Phil, yes, I asked him to help me, but it's not like I held a gun to his head. That clicked in my brain, like, what happened to that pellet gun? And I wonder if she actually did hold that to his head that night.
I don't think she had to. This is the thing. I think that sex was what she held over his head. And her love.
I think that was a big part of it.
I think that's what was held over his head. And I think it goes back to, literally, there is one statement that she makes that blew it off the record for me. When she says, your future with me depends on this, not my future depends on this, meaning, like, if you don't do this, my mom's going to kill, you know what I mean? She says that your future with me depends on this, which says to me that if you don't do this, or if you don't do it right, there's no way we could be together.
Right, but she never really planned on being with him.
No, not at all. She throws him under the bus after, like, what, an hour?
Well, not only that, but even in her Facebook post, she wrote something, the third one that most people haven't seen because she deleted it basically right after. She said, the girl is dead too, because she was planning on running away.
Yeah, she didn't want anybody to find her. But in my opinion, I think that she also writes in one of her things that he didn't have to wear gloves anymore because they were going to sink the knife. My opinion is the glove thing, and that when she goes onto his computer and makes those post, to me, that was her thinking ahead and thinking that they would be able to trace that and that would go back to him, not her.
Yeah, which is originally why we thought she sent the knife to his house. But then when a recent interview came out with one of the prison mates, she said that Gypsy sent that because Nick kept trying to get her to get rid of it and she wanted to keep it. But the other thing is Gypsy is super duper jealous and hated all of Nick's ex-girlfriends, even had contact with them and whatnot. And if you look at the messages, once they got back to Wisconsin, she was messaging one of his exes ready to meet up with her.
That's unbelievable.
And have you watched the Ruby video?
No.
Oh, Lord. You have to watch the Ruby video.
Wait, is it one of the videos in the FOIA?
Yeah, Introduction to Ruby. Do you want me to see if I can find it?
Yeah, let me see if I can find it too. That's crazy. Introduction to Ruby. They're listed. Let's see.
Maybe someone in the chat has it.
Well, I have them up right here. I just have to see if I can figure out which one it is. Do you know what she's wearing in it? I see Gypsy and Demona.
Red.
So it has to be here somewhere.
She's in the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
Let me see if I can find it.
I see, hey, baby, I'm so sorry. I see responses. Oh, there's one. Oh, I don't know why. Someone's telling me to click on this one. It doesn't say anything about it, though, so let me just say. But I feel like this is her bathroom. I could be wrong. Let's see. Oh, I don't have it up on the screen. I don't even know what it is, but we're going to see. No, I don't want to get, oh no, hold on. I have to stop the music. I don't want to get caught. Please, if I got struck because of this thing and her dancing, I would have been so pissed off. Let's see.
If she's dancing, that's not it.
Yeah, that I just went off of it. I'm trying to see if I can see. There's a lot of videos. Video to my king, I see. Thank you to Nick's Dom. Is it she wearing a red shirt with the black leggings?
No.
Or no?
I want to say she's in a. Oh, she might actually be in a black jacket. She's got a red wig on.
A red wig. Okay. Is it the one with the red like bangs in the front? Wait, let me see. I'm gonna put this one and see what it is. It says redo video to my love. So let's see what she's talking about.
No, that's not it. I think it's called Introduction to Ruby.
Yes, it's
okay. Wait, I just want to see which one this is.
We're getting a need to make the video again. So this is a review of everything I talked about in the last video, but then you had answered that.
She doesn't really say who she is here.
And
does anybody know who she is with the red and black hair?
Review the whole thing.
She's supposed to be. Can you hear me? Yeah, she's supposed. She claims that she's Harlequin though.
Oh my god. I never saw this one, you guys. Oh my god, stop it. I have to show this. This is so bad of me, but I can't help myself. Hold on. This is crazy. Who does this?
If you play that, I'll try to find Introduction to Ruby.
Okay, because this is just unbelievable. Wait till you guys see this one. Is she serious? Oh my god. Who does this? Wait till you guys see this. Trigger warning. All right, it's coming up. Show on stream. All right, you guys ready for this? She shakes it like she. Okay, what is she doing? What is wrong with her?
In white.
Oh, be careful.
Oh, why? What she doing?
Wait. Be careful, because if there's anything.
Oh, I got you. You're right. I should watch it before I show it. You're right.
Yeah, sometimes
that's true.
Flashes. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Everyone's really careful.
Oh, I need to go back and rewatch all these. Because the one that I did show, she you do see like she's wearing a thong or whatever. So I did go back and put the censor thing over it. So I'm glad that you said that. Does anybody know the video?
Gosh, I'm trying to find Introduction to Ruby.
Let's see. Huh. So you said this is where she was trying to be Harley Quinn?
In the red and black wig, yeah.
Oh my God. I actually think that one time she's being honest when she says that she was dressed up for Halloween, or not to Halloween, but she said it was a costume. I'm like, she has lots of costumes.
Well, she says that, but it's kind of weird if you're dressed up as Harley Quinn for Halloween. She doesn't post it until March of the next year.
Oh, I thought she said it was October.
Here it is. Okay, I found it.
Wow, I thought she said that was
actually. She didn't actually post it until March of the next year. And then when she got arrested, she was telling her whole family, like, they're making me look bad. It was actually just a Halloween costume. Well, if that were the case,
wow.
Why was it not posted till March? Okay, I'm sending you the Ruby.
All right, I'm going to open up my email.
Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. I'm sorry for chat. I'm not paying attention because I'm doing all this other stuff. So hopefully nobody said anything that I need to say. All right, let's see. Let's open it up. Oh, I think I just got it. It just that's what that noise was. Is it okay? Ruby's introduction. Hold on, and then let me just. Oh gosh, why don't I remember this? Hold on a moment.
This is where. Yeah, this is a couple months before the crime, where she first introduces Ruby, and you see, Gypsy. It's her real self. That's for sure.
Oh my gosh! All right, I'm sharing it right now.
Yeah, it's a good one. And then you'll see also her jealousy towards ex-girlfriend.
This video.
Oh yeah.
Directed towards Nick's evil side. And hi sir, this is Ruby, and I'm making this video as an introduction video. So I'm going to give you a 15-minute video talking to you about stuff. Trying to figure out what to say. Well, as you know, I'm the evil side of Gypsy, or Bella, whatever. And I'm making this video to you because you are my match. I can say that we might be identical, but I don't think that would be true, considering that you're probably more evil than I am. And I do have boundaries, so I guess you being the more stronger and brutal, overall more powerful, one of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I probably couldn't match your evil, but I am the most evil side of Gypsy. So, with that said, you and I would be the perfect match. I do have a list of interests I like doing. Well, obviously one of them is getting into trouble. I have a very good habit of that. Do I feel sorry whenever I get in trouble? No. I have something that I call myself, I think that my caring is broken, or at least that's what I say, because I don't seem to care about whenever I get in trouble. Now, of course, I'd be completely different with you. If I got in trouble with you, I'd be seriously scared out of my wits. But, if I'm the law or whatever, like,
does anybody else feel like she's like saying this stuff to make it to where it like almost makes it that for him? Like, you're more evil than me, I'm evil, but you're like almost like making him like how you would make somebody feel more manly or more like something like that. Like, I almost feel like she's saying this on purpose. It's unreal.
Yeah.
law and not scared.
Mostly, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
And part of this in part of this video, she'll mention something about to prove you worse than me, take the hit or something like that.
Oh, shut up. Stop it. Stop it.
Scared of, and I'm not scared to push the boundaries with getting in trouble with the law.
What?
I am willing to do anything with you, sir. That includes murder.
What?
That includes rape.
What?
That includes beating up someone. If a girl tries to become your girlfriend or a girlfriend to Nick as a whole, she's dead. I'm gonna fucking kill her with pleasure. Lots of blood. Lots of gore. Because I'm gonna get my nails dirty.
What?
I will literally cut them so they will be sharp.
What?
I will take a fingernail clipper and sharpen them up because I will scratch. That is my signature mark. I scratch. So I don't only kill with or beat up with punching.
Oh my God. I'm like in awe. Wait, was there any scratch marks on Dee Dee? Do we know?
I did see a picture that hasn't, I don't think has been out to the public, where there were scratch marks, and originally I thought maybe one of the cats that was left in the house.
That's her signature mark. She just told us.
Yeah, well, there was a V left in blood on Dee Dee's buttocks.
What?
And I think Gypsy did that.
Like
too.
Victor?
And then, and then Gypsy was also trying to get him to rape a corpse. And in his interrogation, the investigator asked him, and he's like, no, I'm not into necrophilia. So I think that she had kind of put that.
Oh my God, she probably was hoping that he would leave semen that would tie him back to it.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. I don't like that. Let's put it back in.
I beat up, I kick ass.
I can't believe I never saw this.
That's my signature trademark.
But nobody knows I can walk.
And if it's a girl that is trying to just get with me for sex, I might allow it. Like, I may not.
What?
It depends how. Does that work? It depends how protective and how possessive I am.
Does she have teeth here? She just opened her mouth and I swear I see teeth. Everybody look as we do.
Yeah,
does she?
She had bridges. Yeah, she had bridges that she wore.
Gotcha. Wow.
You can still see her silvers.
So
on the
wait,
side.
if she had bridges that she wore to do that just says to me even more. That's like so manipulative because the only reason you wouldn't wear that out in public would be so that people would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So fun fact. When she was in her interrogation, she was wearing her bridges, and she really thought she was going home. And at one point, obviously she threw Nick under the bus. She's like, well, maybe he can finally get help for his evil ways. And then when the detective had it with her lies and bullshit, he's like, you're going to be booked on probably first-degree murder or whatever. And she's like, but no, I have medical issues. I can't go to jail. So he leaves the room, and you can see her pulling her teeth out and putting them in her pocket to look more pathetic.
Stop.
Yep. She's manipulative.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to play more of that. Wow.
So if she's just trying to get with you for sex, I will kill her. Because she might mess with your heart. Or I might let you have sex with her, and then we kill her together. And like I said, no matter what, if she tries to get with you as a girlfriend, she's dead either way.
Oh my God.
So, no matter what, another woman's not going to be involved. Because I will take care of it.
Oh my God.
And I will do it happily.
What?
As for you raping me, I know that we have talked in the past online about different situations that we would get in. If it was a situation where it was to deal with your exes, I would be involved with it, but most likely I would be the one to be your assistant type of person. So I would be helping you clean up, but also helping you with the rape and the murder, but I'm not quite as brutal whenever it's the family. So if it's someone I don't know, or someone I like, I might not want to touch it, I might want to step back, let you deal with that. Or if it's with someone that I care about, or that I'm very close to, and I have emotional feelings with beating them up or something, that'll be all on you, unless you commanded me to help you.
Oh my gosh, I can't even right now. I can't believe I've never seen this. This is so manipulative. This is so, like, if anybody was playing a role for antisocial personality, this would be like the actress that you would get here. I don't know. It's the only way I could say it without saying what I really want to right now. But wow, I am dying right here. This is so manipulative. Yeah. I'm like almost at a loss for words. She is literally, did you just hear what she said? She just said, but if it's my family, look at her face where I just paused it. She's literally telling him that, like, but I would do it for you, but I told you I just can't do my family. So this one has to be you. Almost like I'll get the next one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then
my jury saw none of this. They withheld so much evidence. They're still withholding evidence from the FOIA request.
Wow. All right, I have to hear more now. Oh my God, where was this video that I never seen it?
Do it, like, I'm not sure. I probably just beg you to not bring me into it. But if it was for a stranger, I have no problems with it.
Wow.
Okay, now what I want to talk about is you raping me. You can rape me anytime you want. That includes when I'm sleeping, when I'm awake, when I'm eating. The only thing I'm not okay with is you beating me up. I'm fine with rough sex. I'm fine with the rape kind of sex. I think anything else.
Wow.
Let's cover my bases. Anything else regarding anything else? Oh
my God.
Stealing. I will go on the topic of stealing. Let me make sure this camera doesn't go off.
Dude, what an idiot. That's ridiculous.
I'm very good at stealing. I'm probably more better at it than Demona is. But that doesn't mean that I can't include you in on it. So most likely, if you would want, we could steal together. You would probably like me to steal something like a TV or steal something that's a bit bigger than I'm used to stealing. I'm used to just stealing stuff like clothes, lingerie, stuff like that.
Wow.
But if you wanted, you and I could work together to steal some bigger things, as long as we don't get caught. And that's where I come in. I'm very, very good at planning. So I know never leave fingerprints if we're breaking into someplace. Look for cameras.
That's just really funny because she tells him that he doesn't need gloves anymore. Wow.
Stuff that I can teach you about stealing that you and I can work together on.
Yep.
What else?
Wow.
Causing mischief and mayhem. You and I can do that together. Very rarely do I want to do things by myself. I would want to do things as a team. As long as you put me or put us in charge of planning, because we can plan together. If we plan together, we could commit the crime together and have fun together. And make our getaway together. If we ever decide to get a car, it'd probably be I'd probably be driving the getaway car. So if, say, you went into a store, grabbed something, I would be driving the getaway car. So I'm getting away really quickly. Now what I want to talk about is, since I covered the whole basis of fun and crime sprees, if you do, because I clearly it is the side of you that wants to kill all of your exes.
What?
I will help you do it.
But
with pleasure. Especially J bitch.
What?
Sorry, this is a straight thought. And I will do it happily with you. But on the side of romance, which, as you've probably noticed, I'm probably not the most touchy-feely, lovey-dovey kind of side of me. That is Rose, Bella, Kitty, maybe even Candy.
How many are there?
But me, I'm a bit more tough love. I won't ever try and be rough to you or tough to you. I probably just will be like, you're the boss, and I might, do the whole I love, adore, worship you part, which is saying that every night and things like that. But as showing is I love and adore and worship you, I would do that more in an aspect of showing you rather than just saying. So if I might steal something for you, that's an act of love. If I take the hit for you, that's an act of worship.
Wow.
You get the hint. You get the picture. So, just so you know that I really honestly...
Did she say what?
I am all yours, sir. And
it wasn't pausing, sorry. And she said if I took the hit for you. So in other words, if you take the hit for me. Wow. Yeah, I've never seen this.
Yeah, she keeps pounding the worship thing for ever and ever and ever, and then she makes this, and she makes that little comment like something to the, if you prove you worship me, you'll take the hit or something.
Yeah, I'm reminding that little part. That was crazy.
Yeah.
As you've probably noticed, I'm probably not the most touchy-feely. But me, I'm a bit more tough love. I won't ever try and be rough to you or tough to you.
She says it right here.
I probably just will be like, you're the boss, and I might, do the whole I love, adore, worship you part, which is saying that every night and things like that. But as showing is I love and adore and worship you, I would do that more in an aspect of showing you rather than just saying. So if I might steal something for you, that's an act of love. If I take the hit for you, that's an act of worship.
Wow. If I take the hit for you, that's an act of worship.
Yep.
You get the picture. So, just so you know that I
pause for a second? Yeah. And then in Nick's interrogation, he's constantly saying how much he worships her.
He did.
Every time they talk about, I worship her. I think he took the fall. I really do. Yeah.
Wow. All right, let's keep watching. This is crazy. I'm like dumbfounded.
Really, honestly, I am all yours, sir. And I really appreciate that there's a side of him, of you, of Nick, for me, that does match. Because I was very worried that I would maybe be too evil or something for him. And to find out that there's you, I was very happy about that. So it's kind of like, yay, there's someone out there for me. And it's in my soulmate, my twin flame soulmate, so I'm so happy. And I show my happiness in ways of showing affection, but saying it and doing it as well. So doing it as a package. There. And as you can see, my style of myself is I have hair. I like things that are dark and black. So I've got my black leather jacket. It's faux, but this type of fine. Usually I don't like to wear a shirt under it, so I'm topless.
Oh my god, she didn't show. Oh, thank god. I
way too much. But whenever we're on a crime spree, I'll probably wear something a bit more body hugging, so I'm more flexible that way. my personality borderlines on someone who is a psychopath.
Wow.
Because I do come up with very, very bad ideas that evil ideas. So not bad ideas, there's evil ideas.
Wouldn't that be understatement?
And some of them might be like really crazy stuff, and it might be really pointless, really, but they're fun to me, so I do it anyway. But it's for real fun stuff like carjacking, robbery of a major crime, vandalism, raping, different stuff like that. We do together. I won't do that. I won't attempt to do that by myself. Another thing I want to talk about. Another thing I want to talk about is I probably won't be able to be a dom to your submissive side because Bella has been enlisted to do that. So mostly, if I ever do run across him, he'll just be my bitch for the night or so.
Oh my God.
I'll just use him whenever I want, and I hope that's okay. With you, you can tell me online if it's not or not.
Wow. Dude, she literally, when they're talking that night before the crime, he keeps talking about how Victor is saying to him, and she says Ruby. Wow.
Or it is or not. But I just really want you to know that.
Oh my God.
It's like hard for me to like open up emotionally and stuff. But I want you to know that I truly do love, adore, and worship you, sir. I believe that you are the perfect fit for me. I do believe that you and I are truly twin flame soulmates. And I really hope that you fall more for me in time.
Wow.
And then we'll consider each other in bonds over time. I know that you can't probably promise me that I have all of your heart or anything like that right now. That comes with time and that comes with bonding. So I'll say that I look forward to bonding with you, sir. And I really hope that you enjoy this video.
Wow.
So it's going on like 14 minutes now. So it's like it's the 15-minute mark. And
Hopefully we get another minute of her.
I hope that you don't feel alone in this world. I hope that you feel like with my company that you have someone and that you're wanted and you're needed, and that I can bring a sense of happiness to you as a particular part of Nick.
Wow.
That you feel emotions from me that you
Real quick, is she talking to Victor? Do you know?
Yes.
Wow. I not even thought it was possible for your side to feel.
Victor
but I hope that I bring that out of you.
Wow.
I hope that we can do things that kind of seem probably like Harley Quinn and the Joker. It's that kind of relationship. It's a crazy, fucked up kind of love, but hey, it's a real love. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. So I'm going to end this video now. And I hope that you really enjoy it, sir. So again, this is Ruby. And I love, adore, and worship you. My perfect evil king. And I hope that I am officially your evil queen. Good night, my wonderful, handsome bad boy.
Oh my God.
Love bomb much?
Oh my gosh. There is so much wrong with what we just watched. What in the... Oh, wait, what? So this is my problem with this video. Oh my God. So my problem with this video is that she straight talks about Ruby before the crime and talks about how, like, Ruby's the one that's going to be the person that's there that night. And she just said that she's going to use Victor and he's going to be Victor that night. This is my thing, you guys. So let me just say this real quick. So I don't think that these are alter personalities, if you will, like that somebody with dissociative identity would have. I think these are characters that somebody might make so that, and again, if you're being manipulative and you're trying to talk this guy into helping you commit this crime, and you know that he is buying this alter stuff, then wow, this is manipulation and on a level that I don't think I was prepared to even see. I can't believe that she was stupid enough to tape this.
Well, she never thought they'd get out.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, for being so smart and cunning, she's so less than smart in so many ways.
Yeah. Well, even when she first got arrested, you can hear her on the phone, like, I got in a bad situation. Her first excuse was, I was on drugs, I don't remember. And then it turned into batter spouse. So they're like, yeah, we can't make that work. And then they're like, well, let's try Munchausen by proxy with social media. And yeah, that took off. So that's what they went with, even though none of it's true. All this evidence was hidden. And because Nick made his quote unquote confession, they just ran with it. Like, there was no evidence shown to prove otherwise. And it's really sad. I feel for Nick. In my opinion,
did his mom pass away?
Yeah, she ended up relapsing and overdosing because she just couldn't handle the whole thing.
That's
and the
so
whole
sad.
night, I don't know.
And he has a brother, right?
Yeah, he has a little half brother. His best friend was his cousin. But yeah, Stephanie just, the whole time he was gone, she kept trying to reach out. Like, she had a bad feeling. Where's Nick? Where's Nick? What's going on? She even reached out to Gypsy, and Gypsy's like, she's perfectly fine.
Yeah, she said that she saw him get in the taxi and she ran out. And he said, I didn't tell you because I didn't think you would let me go. So it was all, there's an interview that I watched earlier today. I think I watched it on Crime Weekly, and Stephanie had cut out parts of her interrogation or interview or whatever you call it. And then cut out parts of his mom's interview with a female officer. And they were both very interesting. So you should definitely look into that. It was like the first episode of their DD series.
Yeah, I've seen it all.
Oh, wow.
And here's a really sick thing. Someone in your chat just brought it up. When Gypsy was confronted with Nick's mom passing away, Gypsy's response was, well, that's just karma for hurting me and killing my mom, something to that effect.
What?
Yeah. She has no soul. Yeah.
So, wow. Oh, yeah. Angelica, wow. So I will say this. She's very devoid of emotion when she talks about it. Like, she'll say certain things and then she'll stop herself, not because she's like ashamed, but because she doesn't know how the other person's going to react to her. So like, she'll say things and then like, and she's doing it because she'll say something like, but I wasn't the one that did the actual kill. Like, she doesn't even realize that that's not even something that is socially acceptable to say.
Right. And in most cases, the person that hired the hitman, which Nick was basically the hired hitman, the person that hires it is usually typically the one that gets the longer sentence. And they're not called as,
or at least equal, right?
I think Nick should be out by now and she should have had life, but
wow, what a crazy.
Just because I haven't seen evidence, yeah, and there's hidden evidence. There's a camera that seems the DA won't let anyone see. And according to one of Nick's appeal attorneys, whatever's on that canon would likely, their words would likely exonerate Nick. So we want to see what's on that camera, but they seem to be hiding it.
Oh, I wonder what it is.
And, yeah, and Nick's attorneys even asked for it, and the DA stepped in and was like, no, it's a fishing expedition. Like, there's something on there they're hiding, because they don't want to admit that they were wrong in prosecuting Nick when they should.
Well, probably because that's I believe it's like a political appointment. So well, no, I'm just saying that's why somebody wouldn't want it, and just the fact that nobody wants their department to look bad, right? So I could see why somebody might do it. Doesn't make it right, but I could see why somebody might want to hide it. But again, it doesn't make it right. They shouldn't. Oh my gosh, I'm like in shock. Look, my hair's even like, I'm like playing with my hair. It's like sticking out. And, like, I'm just like, what in the hell did I just watch? That was some of the most manipulative video, because this is the thing, like I was saying with the characters, those characters allow somebody to dissociate from taking ownership of that action. And she clearly knows this because she has different characters for different things on purpose. So when she wants different things, I 100% know that, I mean, it's not an altar, like it's coming through, like she's switching her personality to get whatever she needs in that moment. So she knew that Ruby wanted that, like, no, that she wanted that, but she knew that he would respond to Ruby wanting that and then promising him the best sex he's ever had type thing for the rest of his life and all the love he could ever get. It's horrible.
The one thing with Gypsy is she can't take accountability. So even way before she met Nick, she had Demona, and there's videos of her showing off like thousands of dollars of baby clothes that she stole.
That was crazy. I saw that. That is messed up.
Thank you, Demona. And Birdie, no, Nick was not a virgin, but she doesn't want to take accountability, so she blames Demona.
Do you know if she was a virgin?
No, she wasn't.
Well, she tells him that she is.
I know. She's fucking with his mind. No, she was slutting around town for years before then. And I deep dive into Sebastian. She doesn't want anyone to know who Sebastian is, but I have all the info.
Who's Sebastian?
I need to sit and make a video. Some guy that she dated around the same time she was, obsessed with Dan. She claims that she didn't meet Sebastian until prison. Well, that's a big fat lie, because I have all the information. I just have never made a video. I just need to sit and make it. But I work like 40, 50-hour weeks. So
yeah, it does. It gets hard. I hear you on that. When you'll see, this semester just started, and I do Monday through Thursday, 8 to 8, but I change my schedule a little this semester just because I'm like loving this whole YouTube thing, and I've been teaching now for over 20 years. So I feel like I should get the first like pick of what I want. So I picked mostly online courses, which is like good and bad. Like I do like being in the classroom more, but it's like more like a 50-50 thing, where last semester I teach a lot of classes. Last semester I taught 10. This semester I'm locked in right now at 7, but my boss is trying to get me to take an 8th. But I told him no so far, and I'm trying to stick to my guns because I'm like, I really want to like spend more time on YouTube and stuff. Like this is how I got into this last semester, and then I'll like hate myself for working so much. So hopefully I'm able to stick to it. But I totally get you with the whole working and then trying to edit and crap. It's a ton.
I don't even know how to do it, but I have all the information. And Friday after work, I might actually sit and make my first video. So do it.
If you have any questions, I don't ever answer my phone, but if you have any questions, you could try to text me. If I'm not in class, I'll write right back.
Okay. You don't mind if I text you?
No, I mean, I'm not always available to answer back.
I have your number. I'm gonna stalk you. No, I'm kidding.
That's different. But the few people that do have my number out there, they all know. And so this is the thing. I always just tell people, because I give my students my phone number, and I have like 200 students a semester. So My only rule, and I've been doing this for over 20 years at multiple universities and colleges in both Pennsylvania and New Jersey, and touch wood, I've never had an issue. So what I do is I stick to like a certain thing and I feel like it works. I don't answer the phone if somebody calls, but I will text, and because that way I never have to be like, oh, well, you talk to so-and-so, why aren't you talking? Because I literally work so much. And this is the other thing. If anybody ever texts me and I don't get back to you till like tomorrow, just don't get mad at me, because chances are I'm working. That's all. So as long as you won't get mad at that stuff, then all good. You could absolutely.
And I'd probably just email you first, but
yeah, either way, I'm so easy with it.
I won't share it. I won't abuse it.
Thanks.
But yeah, if you have any questions,
Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you would do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. But I should get to bed.
Yeah, go ahead. And I'm going to hang up the live anyway. But it was great seeing you. I'm going to hang up with you. And thank you again. This was great. And everybody online, everybody's appreciative, I'm sure. You're the best.
Thank you.
Thanks you.
Wow, you're the best.
No, you're the best. And if you need any help, just text me and I'll see what I could do.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Us females got it. We got to support each other.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys.
All right. I'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Oh, thank you for calling in. Bye-bye. You guys, that was a great. And look at this, you guys. That was so good. Look, bloopers. That was so good that I was willing to hold the microphone that fell on top of me during the live. Now that is what I call determination. I am one determined bitch. You'll get to know that about me. You'll also get to know that if you write in any of the comments in one of my videos, I definitely answer every single one of them. I'm good like that. I have like ADHD, and I will answer you on those comments every time you write. So please make sure you leave comments, and please make sure that you subscribe. Help a girl out here. You know what I mean? I want to like get out on the algorithm. So liking, subscribing, sharing, all that shit, it'll work for me. It works good. How's everybody doing? We've been on now for 2 hours and 47 minutes. And this is stream number 2. I don't know how long the first one went before it just disconnected. Just so everybody knows, since there is a good amount of people in here, if for some reason our live ever goes down, please refresh your page and give me like a second just to physically hit create a new live. I am used to StreamYard, but then the thing went up and StreamYard went at $500 for next year. I was like, there goes that. So Streamlabs, just in case any of you out there want to start streaming, or you want, if you're still listening, misbehaving, like if you're still getting ready for bed, if you get Streamlabs, they have all kinds of editing equipment on there too. Who knows? Maybe we could get you to go live. That would be amazing. But you guys, just so you know, in Streamlabs, and they're not giving me anything for this, I'm just telling you because I like a good deal. If you have a student email, your kid, your grandkid, someone's got to have a student email. But if you get your a student email, and all they have to do to verify it is you sign in with the student email, and they're going to send a link to that email, and then the person just has to give you the code. Oh, no, not a link. It's a code. They send a code to the email. So as long as you have to go in there, and then you're like, anyway, $97 for a year. I was like, sign me up, 50% off. So if anybody needs something like that, they have all kinds of crap on there. There's like 6 different apps. So I am putting up with it for the price. But if for some reason it ever hangs up, you guys, it wasn't me. I promise you, I would never just hang up. I'm not an a-hole. Okay? Is there any questions? Let me see. You don't yell normally? Who are you yelling at? You're not yelling again, are you? Wait, what does it say? Say it in caps, please, Streamlabs. Can't hear you. Oh my God, I'm so afraid. So I think, wait, it says Jaime Vona, Dr. Vona, I need to be added as a moderator in order to remove messages. Streamlabs is trying to remove messages, you guys. You can do this by clicking the 3 dots to the right of my name. What? I hope I don't have to do this. Wait, just for shits and giggles. I kind of want to do it just to see what happens, but then I'll be pissed off if I don't know how to undo it. I like want to see what it says to you guys. I don't even know how to do it. There is no 3 dots. Streamlabs. Look at what it told me. Let me see if I can show it on stream if you guys, I don't know if you guys can see that. But it says I need to be added. Oh wait, here they go. Just for shits and giggles. Oh, it's not even working, so how about that? But kind of curious as to what they would say. Wait, what does this say? Streamlabs, misbehaving. C1Z, please refrain from spamming caps. Oh my gosh, why does it say that? Just so you know, misbehaving, that is not me. Dude, Streamlabs, what the? Streamlabs, what you going to do about it? Oh my God, I'm dead. You're getting into a fight with Streamlabs. I can't. Kick Streamlabs in the iron ass. You guys just watch though. I'm afraid. What if they kick her off? I don't want that to happen. If that happens, just text me, whatever, like let me know. But hopefully they don't do that. That's crazy. But oh my God. It's rude AF. It really is. And I don't know how to turn it off. I'm going to have to play on it. StreamYards is better. I believe you can add people. So no, you can misbehave. And you know, I go live with DT all the time, and I had Streamlabs for this whole past, like, I swear I bought it for a year, and I've only been streaming since June. So I don't know why my year is all of a sudden over, but it now makes sense because I'm like, I bet you they made it look like I was getting it for a year and probably charged me like the price that it said. It was almost like $200 for 6 months, which makes sense because it's like $460 or something for the year. I was like, go F yourself. I don't make a ton of money yet on YouTube. I said yet because I have high hopes that someday Google Ads is going to be like, girl, you know what I mean? Who knows? You have to have high hopes. I can't work forever, right? Who knows? Can you please block StreamYard? Yeah, Lucy, when I get off of here, I'm about to hang up and I'm going to stop yelling at Streamlabs, you guys. I don't want it to like be like, oh, we found out that, I don't know, something and now you're done. I don't know. That would be my luck. It would be like fungal, like it would drop me for the rest of the times that I try to go on. So for my sake, please be nice to Streamlabs. Streamlabs, we like you. Stop dropping the stream. And after we hang up in a second, I'm going to go on and play with it. And I'll yell at it behind the scenes. I promise you. I'm good like that. That is crazy, you guys. Where can I watch Nick's interview? Okay, so this is the deal. Wait, I'll tell you right now. Hold on. We don't have a ton of people in our thing yet. Like, we're still very new. So I doubt if I share this, it's going to like break the internet. There's 40 of us, not even. So hold on, I'm going to share this with you is what I'm saying. Just give me 1 sec to get the link. But it's, so what I did was I was like researching where I could find all of like the Gypsy FOIA stuff. And I came across a Google Drive link from, I want to say that it is from In the Weeds podcast. So that's why I thank them immensely. But hold on, here it goes. And then that way you guys can go watch. Go have fun. Click away. I already downloaded it, so you'll be good. But that's it. So go download it and Into the Weeds. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hate when I say things wrong. Into the Weeds podcast. They were in here earlier. Oh my God, I died. I was like, did you guys see? I was like, oh my God, I fangirled, didn't I? I like put it up. Like as soon as I seen it, I did this. I was like, oh my God. Into the weeds, and it came right up. Of course, now I'm trying to do it to show you guys what I was trying to do, and it doesn't want to come up right away. I don't know. Then last night I had to go back to cut out the electric slide, and I'm like telling you guys, I'm like, you guys, I'm hitting this and it's taking forever to come up, and here it was coming up on your side. It just was taking forever on my side. So I don't know what's happening, but I guess for $97 for the year, I got to put up with some of this shit. You know what I mean? Got to do what you got to do. It's just temporary, you guys. Hopefully I'll have something better eventually. What are you looking for that you claim is not available? Oh, I want it, whatever it is. Oh, well, she does. Who does what? Is everybody getting along with it? All right, well, hopefully everybody's getting along. I don't know what's happening. But anyway. Oh, okay, we're good, I guess. But we're going to end this anyway because we've literally been on here for 3 hours, and I have no idea how long the first live was, but that was like a few hours too. So maybe an hour. I'm exaggerating, but I'm going to let you guys go. But Into the Weeds was in my podcast tonight, and I fangirl a little bit, and that's okay, right? That's okay. But I was like, what the? That was awesome, right? Good night, Nugs. If you guys follow Mackenzie Schiller, you know what I meant by that. Cuff you does. If Barbara's on here, my little nugget. Lucy, Birdie, Truth, all of my mods, Harlot, you are the best. I couldn't do any of this without any of you. So, and please make sure that all of you are subscribed. Angelica, thank you again to, oh my God, Misbehaving. I couldn't get that out. I'm getting old. Thank you again to Misbehaving for coming up. Thank you to Explore Core, Sophia, Bodisha, and all of y'all. And now that I did that, now I'm going to feel bad and I'm going to feel like I'm leaving people out. Is it Neva or Neva? I was taught like growing up that the first veil walks, the second veil talks. So that would be Neva. But I don't know. You let me know. Because I don't want to say it wrong. Oh, you guys, go follow our Discord. We have a bomb-ass Discord. We really do. And everybody's nice to each other. I hadn't had to, like, you know, kick anybody out or kick anybody's butt. We're all good. So come join us over there. You guys, cameras better stop getting good because I could see, like, all of my stuffs. My old age in this. I look like 57, not 47. Don't I look 57? Maybe 58? Whatever. I don't give a shit. All right. Okay, so I'm not going to go through and read every person because that might be crazy. Yes, head over to my Discord. There goes the link. I fangirl when YouTubers read my posts. Well, look at this. Can you please let me know, Miss Neva or Neva? And I said Miss. I don't know if you're Miss. So why don't you let me know so that I don't mess it up and so that I can properly give you a shout out. We can do this again, but first you have to tell me how to say your name. Is it Neva? Yes, what? Neva? You look fabulous. And who? Blue, Barbara. Oh, Barbara does, doesn't she? Yes. Barbara, did you even notice? Yes, Barbara. Our newest moderator. She does look fabulous in blue. Barbara looks fabulous in everything. All of you look great tonight, actually. Just so you know. I love your makeup, you guys. And your hair, it looks great tonight. Wait, what did you say, Harlot? She's not effing dead. She's 47, I think. I am 47. But I feel like I look 10 years older than what I am. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. Yeah, this is a great combo. And usually people start dropping out and everybody's just chilling. So I'm just chilling. but I am going to hang up because, so Neva, it's Neva, right? Neva. So Neva, thank you for joining us tonight. We are damn well going to do this again. But let's see what happens tomorrow night. I really like talking about the conversation because I like that I'm learning something here. There is so much psychology in this case, no matter, I guess I should end by saying what my thoughts are up until this point. I guess that would be smart, right? So up until this point, this is just where I stand as of today. It doesn't mean I'm going to be standing where I am right now, tomorrow, or the next day. But as of today, with that crazy video that we watched, so even with that, this is where I stand. That video showed me a level of manipulation that I didn't expect. I'm just being honest, right? So that was bad. However, I do think, in my opinion, as of today, I think Nick did this on his own, but not on his own. I mean, physically on his own. I don't know that she did any of the actual stabbings. I do think, however, it didn't really matter because I still hold her just as liable. She might as well have held it, I guess is what I'm saying, because she, like I said earlier, without Gypsy, I don't think Nick ever goes to jail, right? I mean, I guess you could say that there's a possibility he could meet a girl in the future that, manipulates him into this or whatever, but the chances of, that happening would be very, very slim. So I just don't know that this is something that he would have conjured up on his own. I think that the more I find out about how, she made it sound like this is all alleged, right? Because I didn't read this all tonight. I'm taking this from what all you guys are saying, and you're way smarter and more advanced on the case than I am. So I really appreciate all of your help. But tonight, one of the things I learned from you was that she blamed the mom shaking her for why her and Nick's baby pass away or have a miscarriage, same thing, right? Nobody even knows if she was ever pregnant. I think she claimed that was the bathroom thing from the movies. That I'm sure was very quick and awkward. I mean, I guess you could still get pregnant, but I would have been like, what? He even said that he never orgasmed. I don't know why I know that, but I know that. Why do I know that? He also said that he never orgasmed after, apparently they had S on her bed and they had to move stuffed animals. I was like, oh my gosh, if I have to know that, you have to know that. I'm just kidding. Okay, so this is where I stand. I still think that it takes two to tango. In my opinion, I believe that this goes back generations. I wouldn't be surprised if Dee Dee's mom's mom and her mom didn't have a lot of the same behavior. And even if it looked a little bit different. So in one generation, it can look like, factitious disorder. In another generation, it could look like factitious disorder imposed on another. And then the next generation, malingering, and the next one, all the above, plus a personality disorder. So it just changes, right? But that same genetic predisposition is there. So, and not just that. I guess what I'm saying is it's not just that. When you add the environmental part on and you add rewards and punishments, that's going to shape behavior more than anything. So I do think we need to look at that. And with that being said, it's in my opinion, allegedly, that Dee Dee probably had an upbringing, whether it be from entitlement, from what I was able to gather from the interviews of people that knew her then, before she passed, and her family growing up, the things that I heard about the sisters and the brother and her relationship with them and how she was the youngest and she was the only one that was allowed to sleep in the parents' bed because she was sick at one point. And then that's when her mother, she eventually gets better, but the mom keeps, getting her treated for whatever the ailment was, which is where they think that it may have started, at least for the mom at that time. So I do think a lot of this is learned behavior. And I think that Oh, you know what we didn't get to that we got to make sure we get to next time because this plays a role in this? I did hear the audio from Crime Weekly where they say that Gypsy, I don't know if it was from, I know it was on Crime Weekly, but I don't know if like Stephanie said it or if she showed a clip of one of the aunts or siblings of Dee Dee saying it. So that I don't know, but it was, in other words, what they were saying is that they had, Gypsy says at some point, as a little kid, she goes into the house of the grandparents and she says, oh, that's the juice or that's the stuff or whatever mom puts into grandmom's food or whatever it was, or into the stepmom's food. So Dee Dee's stepmom. And apparently the dad says that the wife don't trust anything the family said. We just prove them all liars. Really. The roundup. Didn't you hear the roundup story? Streamlabs is yelling at you, misbehaving. You better watch. They're going to come for you. No, I'm just kidding. So wait, what is it? We think Gypsy put a roundup in there. Oh. Huh? Now I'm like dumbfounded because I wasn't thinking that. You just saw the bot? That's funny. Yeah, that could be true. I guess I think that two things could be true at the same time. As far as, I don't know. I'm still, and again, I'm not completely convinced yet that Dee Dee, and again, I'm not talking about the death, but that Dee Dee doesn't play a role in the way that Gypsy turns out. That's all I'm saying. I'm sure her dad and his, him not being around in her childhood, I'm sure that plays a role in who she turns out to be too. So I'm not even saying this in a way that's like making Dee Dee out to be a bad person. I'm just saying that from everything that I've studied and taught my whole life, in my soul, I just feel like there's got to be something and again, just my opinion, and you could prove me wrong. And, Gypsy could very well have that too. So both things could be right at the same time. But I do feel like usually there's two people that dance together. So I'm still in the frame. So, but I am further on the frame of, the behaviors and the behavioral characteristics of Gypsy. They have strengthened tonight a lot for me. And again, I'm not diagnosing, but, I'm looking at behavioral patterns and they have really strengthened for me tonight after watching that video. That was something else with the Ruby video. Like I said, I see manipulation on a level that I was not expecting, but I still feel like she learned that from somewhere. And even if that learned behavior comes from rewards and punishments, so not even modeling. So modeling is just one form of learned behavior, right? There could also be rewards and punishments. So somebody might just not be punished for something that's bad behavior. If you don't punish a kid for bad behavior, especially if you're a parent, you wind up letting that kid know even subconsciously that whatever that was is okay. I always tell parents, like, if you're going to go into the supermarket and you want to tell your kid, we're just in here to get milk, don't ask me for candy. Like, we're not getting candy. We're about to eat dinner. If you don't mean it, don't say it. Because if your neighbor's next to you and your kid freaks out for a candy bar, so much so, I don't know if anybody ever saw the video, and then the guy that works there winds up coming around and gives the little kid candy himself. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I so would have been like, don't you dare. But I know he was just trying to help. But the point there is, by giving in that moment, you wind up letting the kid know that if they protest enough, that you'll give in. So if you ever want your kids, your friends, your family, your coworkers, anybody to take you serious, you should only put things out that you think you can follow through with. That way you are taken at your word, if that makes sense. So I guess playing back into this whole thing with the two of them, I still think that there's dancing together, and I still think that Gypsy learns this. So I do think, in my opinion, Barbara, I question if Nick was involved at all. Oh, I think he was, for sure. I do. I think Nick was definitely involved. But again, I think he was involved, but I do think he was duped by her. I don't think she ever had any intention of following through with any of the things that she claimed she was going to with him. Even after he gets arrested, when she does that video where she's saying, tell so-and-so, I don't know if it's his mom, his sister, his lawyer, someone, where you are so that they could tell me so I could write you every single day. I worship you. I cherish you, all that stuff. So manipulative, right? But I never once thought that she was going to follow through with any of that. Unfortunately, I think he did. And if you have autism at the level that he had, and the mom said that he was in all learning disability classes, his IQ was an 80, 82, whatever, we were just talking about that earlier. I do think she sought him out, just like any any person that's trying to groom or get somebody to help them. She talks about Manson a lot. And again, if you just look at projection and what human behavior tells us, chances are there's projection there, because in the end, isn't that really what happens here? She professes enough that she gets somebody to believe in her so much that they're willing to do the ultimate evil act for you. I mean, isn't that the same thing? Couldn't you, if you had to play fill in the blanks, couldn't you get points? I mean, I'm thinking if I'm a student, if A is Charles Manson and B's Gypsy, I could argue that both would fit that, right? They both got people to believe in them using manipulation and lying, outright knowing that they did not have the same loyalty to the person that they were allowing to believe in them. And in the end, the people, wind up going ahead and doing this, this ultimate act of evil, almost like in their name, or in the name of the cause. You know what I mean? I don't see it very different in my opinion. That's all. Oh my God, Streamlabs is on a thing. Predator, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Explorer Quarter. How about we do this, you guys? How about if we're going to, if you guys want to get my attention on something, the emoji is what got me to actually look at that. It wasn't the caps. So if you guys ever want me to look at it, just put emojis in the beginning or anywhere. If it's just one word, put in the beginning or whatever. But that literally is what catches my attention. And that's what'll make me look over. So that's how I saw that. And I like that emoji. I don't remember having that on mine. So look at you. Pretty cool. But maybe we could just do that. But I'm going to end it tonight. So that's where I am tonight. I do think Nick did it. But again, like I said, I think that without Gypsy, Nick doesn't ever do anything like this. I don't think that this is who he is and that he would have done this anyway. Now, you could say that if he met another Gypsy, could he have been manipulated into that? Possibly. In hindsight, now that we know what somebody was able to do as far as manipulating him, you could say that you could teach him, tools so that he can see this stuff as red flags in the future, but that's just hindsight is 2020, right? So you could say that, but in my opinion, I don't see this happening for him if he never meets her. And his mom probably never relapses, right? So she just destroyed so many lives. So I do, I'm not being a Gypsy apologizer here at all. I'm just also not willing to just think that because all this evidence is showing her in a light that maybe she wasn't seen in before, in a negative light, that doesn't necessarily mean that mom or grandpa even, right? And I know, and I don't ever want to accuse anybody of anything, but I also don't ever want to overlook something That is a huge red flag. And I'm just there right now. Maybe I won't be later, but as of today, on today's taping, and maybe we'll be looking back at this in a month and being like, do you remember that time when you had the pride flags up and you were saying da da da? And I'll be the first one to play it and be like, yep, let's look it up right now. You were right. Like, I'm good like that. I don't have pride like that. So I think that's what helps me to have that integrity or just stay true to myself, I guess. And I need to stay true to myself. And that's just where I am right now. She's destroyed the lives of so many people, including, like, look at Ryan. I look at Ryan and he might like to think, and again, allegedly, in my opinion, I hate that you have to say all those words. But I see him as somebody that is highly affected by her still. And I see him as one of the gas tanks that I was talking about earlier that allows her to fill up that gas, which if you're talking clinically, we're talking about, oh my God, narcissistic fuel. What the hell, you guys? I'm really tired. Oh my God, we just had a whole conversation about it earlier, but you guys know what I mean. So it's like they have to fill up their gas tank of, oh my God, what's the word I'm looking for? Somebody will tell me. Let's see, who's going to win? What's the word I'm looking for? Narcissistic fuel? Is that just it? Like, if that's what it's coming in my head, but I feel like there's a different word. Oh my God, what is happening to me, you guys? This is when truth's going to tell me that this is perimenopause and I'm going to cry. So truth, don't do that, okay? It's not perimenopause yet. I know I look 57 on here, but no, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Wait, what is it? Narcissist? I just saw somebody write narcissistic and then I lost it. Hold on. Ryan gets on my nerves. Oh my God, I love you. Please watch the other link I shared. I love that Becca. She's great. I will. Let's see. Also look at all the people she accused of are. Really, Southern? Hello, Southern. I don't remember seeing you earlier. Welcome. Also, remember, it wasn't until after she was arrested. You know what? Southern and misbehaving. I will give you this. You did move the needle for me with that on this live. And what do I mean by that? Exactly what you just said. The fact that a lot of this stuff doesn't come out, and remind me of this when we do this again. If for some reason I forget, because I'm human, if I forget, someone remind me that I did say that, just like with Casey Anthony, how, there was nobody ever heard of allegations of molestation with her father or brother until Jose Baez said that was going to be their defense. So that happens, right? So that did change the needle for me a little bit. The fact that none of this was ever, thought of, or if it was the defense that came up with this and not her, that is an issue for me, right? The only thing I would say, Southern, that I think just keeps eating me is the fact that the grandfather says, no, I didn't. If anything, I had to tell her to stop touching me. I didn't like that. You know what I mean? That's all. I just felt it was a little bit weird. Supplies is the word I think I'm thinking of, you guys. So I win because I didn't see anybody put it. Narcissistic supply. I knew it would come back to me. I was just having the truth would say a perimenopause amendment. Narcissistic supply. It was 100% her attorney that came up with it. That's a problem for me. Wait, what? The cellmate's release date was going to be delayed over Gypsy's false claims. Yeah, why aren't you in bed yet, Heather? Because I haven't shut the hell up, that's why. Misbehaving, touche. She says, we didn't either, but we believe it now. And that's why I said we could be up here. Oh no, Barb, you did? What do you mean by done? What does that even mean? Like, what am I going to go through? I'm petrified, you women are. You killed me. Maybe that's it, you guys. Am I gonna like grow whiskers or something? I don't know what I have in my head that's gonna happen to me. You guys are probably laughing at me. I really am straight A stupid, I swear to God. I don't want like testosterone. Like, what happens? You thought menopause was 51 and perimenopause was a few years, but that's what I thought too. Well, I will tell you this. It's not perimenopause. I'm just a bitch right now because I had blood work done and I'm not in perimenopause yet. But it's like, you know, when you forget something, you just blame it on old age. Yeah, falsely accusing a woman of SA. Who, Angelica? I'm 42 and I think I'm already going through perimenopause. It could be, right? So I think everybody's different. I think my mom started going through it at like 49, so maybe I have another year or so. Wow. What are you supposed to do when you do it? I'm not going to grow whiskers? That's good to know. So I won't have to like shave and stuff before I come in my life. That's a plus. Am I going to get like buff? Am I going to be fatter? Am I going to cry more? Jesus. Ugh. Am I supposed to take like hormones? What do you do? I don't even know what you're supposed to do, you guys. You guys are just going to have to teach me over the next few months because I just don't understand it. I don't have to do anything. Are you laughing at me? You could laugh at me. That's okay. Oh, Southern Edit. So misbehaving. You got Southern Edit to stop on by. So thank you for that. And Southern Edit, I hope you subscribed and that you'll be coming back to us because we talk about everything here. You guys, how funny is it that Thor just started bitching? Thor's like 10 minutes behind tonight. No, 19 minutes behind tonight. But it never fails at 12:30ish. Thor is like, let's go. Enough. Let's see what we have here. Southern. This is the thing, you guys. So I'm like delaying this, like hanging up. And part of the reason is because I love that we have a community that can keep talking and talking and talking. So this is what I'm going to ask. Cuff you, can you please drop our Discord again and link before I hang up? Because this is literally what we could do. You just go on Discord and maybe you guys could like go on Discord and teach me about the whiskers that I'm going to get or what I have to do. You guys say I don't have to do anything, but I thought you're supposed to take hormones. I don't even know where you get them at. I'm like screwed. I'm book smart. I've never heard of Southern Edit. Wait, what's happening? You have to join Southern Edit. Oh, Southern Edit's here right now, Heather. Southern Edit said that he stopped by because they were listening to me and misbehaving speaking and got them to stop by. So Southern Edit, you come subscribe to me and I will most certainly subscribe to you. I definitely support other creators. As a matter of fact, I'm doing it right now. And hopefully you've already subscribed to me as well. Oh, Southern Edit. By Brenda, is that it? Before I click on it, are you Brenda? Truth, you're going to get yelled at. Streamlabs is coming, I feel it. Misbehaving, I'm never disappointed. I changed from Country Girl Brenda to Southern Edit. So you are Brenda. Okay, so I'm not subscribing to Southern Girl Brenda. Hold on, let me find you. I see Southern Edit Studio. Is that it? I should just show you what I'm looking at so you can see. I like to help each other. Is this it? Oh, wait, is that the wrong one? Hold on, I see that one. Is that it right there? I know, Thor says bedtime. I'm tired too. That is it? Okay, well, look at this. Boom. There you go. Subscribe. Done. Okay, I don't play. All right, and hopefully you're subscribed to me too. I trust that you are. All right, let me stop sharing my screen. What is wrong with me? I'm showing instead of stopping. Here we go. Okay, you guys, I'm really going to end it right now. But you guys should definitely go to our Discord link. We have an amazing Discord, and everybody can continue to talk. Oh, I have ADD so bad. I got to stop with this. All right, good night, you guys. I'm really going to hang up this time because Thor's legit staring at me. I love you all. Thank you to my mods, especially my new mod. Welcome to Miss Barbara, the newest mod. But I do have the best mods on YouTube, so I will say. And the best subs. You guys are great. You're still working on your homework, Birdie. Birdie, you are me like 5 years ago to last year. I did nothing but work on homework. Everybody got the COVID and got to but like they stayed home or whatever. Not me. I was considered a first responder, and so was my husband. So we still went to work every day, and I decided to get my doctorate degree. So I did homework all the time. So what I want to say to you is keep doing your friggin' homework. It is temporary. Okay? Temporary. You got this. Okay? I believe in you. I'll see you guys.